Hello, Mana here, and welcome back to Geneforge. It has been quite a while, but I'm looking forward to getting back into things. We have a lot to do. This is either going to be a very long finale, or it's going to be part one of two for the finale. I'm not really sure yet. I've been doing some preparation, sort of trying to figure out exactly sort of what's left and things like that. So I have sort of a rough list of things over at the side here. We're going to try and work through in some sort of order that'll make sense, but yeah, I just don't, I tend to take forever to do things, so I don't want to underestimate or overestimate things, so I'm just sort of going to see as the time goes on how it is. If things are like stretching on quite a bit without getting to a certain point, I'll probably call it like part one and part two, because I sort of set myself on the idea of doing one long finale, but that sort of screwed myself too, because, well, said it's been quite a while, and I'll elaborate that on at the end of the video. I don't want to go on about that right now because I really just want to get into things, but yeah, I sort of put myself in an awkward position because I'd set myself on doing that. So then it was like, when it comes to the night and I want to record, it's like, do I feel up for doing, 3-4 hours or something? And so, yeah. Then anyway, it's good to be back. Hopefully you are returning. I kind of can't believe how long it's been to do the finale stuff. As I said, I'll elaborate that more at the end if you are interested. But other than that, I just want to get into things. We have a lot to do, as I said, quite a bit. I think first up, let's get our crew back. I want to get Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition, so let's start with that. All right, there we go. Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition returns. I think this will be sort of the crew we take to the end at this point. The Cockatrice was cool, and getting it upgraded was definitely cool as well, but I don't know, I just don't think it fits our party that well. It's one of the things where we could have it for the sake of it being cool, which I just said cool 3 times in a row. Don't mind me. But yeah, I think it's one where you could really have some fun with it if you focused on magic shaping, but yeah, we're definitely more in this range. Although no fire shaping's ending up here. These guys are just too awesome, I feel like. It makes me wish there was a reset option so I could pile everything from fire shaping into battle shaping. Not that these guys need too much. I mean, they're already level 23 versus us at level 18, so... I'm also wondering... I don't think we're going to be getting level 20. I reckon we might, by the end, hit 19, but... I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really matter that much. I think we have sort of enough power. Doesn't mean there won't be some tough fights ahead, but... I think that'll be good. But yeah, just want to say, anyone returning, thank you. And again, I do apologize for it taking so long. Yeah, I will elaborate on this just... Yeah, it's just been a long time, and I hate that, because I really love Geneforge, and I also really want to get into another CRPG after this, so yeah, gonna be, yeah, anyway, let's get into Geneforge for now. So, yeah, there's sort of a mix of things I want to do, because we have the quests here, there's some of those to do. It's basically like there's a sort of a decent list of things before we hit the Geneforge area is sort of what it is. And that's sort of, there's a mix of quests. There are some random things to check back from nodes, such as a few unopened doors and things. We have the spiky orb to do here. I also want to talk to Goetch again, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to kill the shit out of everyone here. That's sort of my leaning right now. We're just going to completely wipe them out. I don't see them being our ally by the end, and I just don't see any benefit to leaving them. But I do want to just re-talk to Goetch and get it fresh in my mind as much as I can before actually going ahead with that. Doing this will probably be like a second to last type of thing. But yes, there is also... relating to the quests, because that's going to cause some trouble, I assume, with the takers, because a lot of them are going to be going against them, so I do want to have a proper look over Kaz again before we jump ahead to see if there's any hidden areas, maybe even stuff we can steal. I mean, I figure we may as well, if we're going to make enemies, we may as well do it right, sort of thing. What else do we have? Oh, there was also, like, just a random thing I realized. We never found the Ankh canister, which I assume is a special creation one, and especially that sitting there. It seems quite likely that there is a special creation here, which would be the Ankh. But we've also gone so far that it would surprise me that we just missed it, so not going to worry about that immediately, but that is another one. I think what I want to do is sort of do absolutely everything possible in the game, and then if it comes down to it, look up anything that's needed. I mean, I want to avoid that, but yeah. So what else was there? Oh, there's also like, so There's a few things that I'm not sure about, and this is why it's going to be, I don't know how long things will take or what we'll be doing, but there's also, for example, Ascended Alonso at the, where is it, the Barons of Research, yeah, here. So we have Ascended Alonso there, which we don't really need to go there, but apparently I'm clicking there anyway. Yeah, so we've got Ascended Alonso here who wants to rest, if you recall, and I didn't let him rest because, you know, I want to sort of finish stuff up in the air, which included like this stuff and that, so I don't have time to let him rest, but also paired with that is also the door here, of which we've never had access to, so I don't know, perhaps that comes afterwards. My concern was just that we had things to finish up, but I assume we want to let him rest. Like, I'm not, I don't know, it seems like he's good for the people here and stuff, but yeah. I'm just a bit, yeah, not sure on that and all that. Oh, I also wanted to go back around the Shoalai again to, because remember how, like, we got the achievement for, like, God damn it, I have such a bad habit of trying to just use the map without going out of it. What was I saying? Oh, right, so we got that Steam achievement for, like, mastering the Shoalai language or whatever it was. But that was at 3. We're now up to 7. Like, we found multiple more. And so I don't know if we actually can talk to some of them ones we still couldn't fully. Or the other, like, thought that I had was it is actually mastered at 3. I think it was 3. Maybe it was 4. Pretty sure it was 3. Either way. Maybe that actually was mastered and that's the full amount that we can actually talk to them. It's just that there's a whole bunch of extras that have stacked this up even though it's not doing anything. Sort of like how there's, what was it, the entry baton, like we found like a bunch of them. Granted, we haven't looted them though, so that's, I don't know, yeah. It's a bit hard to judge that, but that was sort of a thought that maybe this keeps going up, but in fact we'd actually learned all we could by 3 or something, so. But I don't think there's too many of them, so that's, you know, just something to check. But yeah, there's still a few other things that should have sort of giving you some examples. We also have nutrient solutions. I don't know if there's more of them to be found, because there's at least, by my notes, which I tried to update my notes. I sort of took other notes, made new notes. I spent a bit of time actually in the game checking a few things that I thought, like, not doing them, but just sort of checking from the outside on certain things so that I wouldn't know things or experience them, but sort of get to refine the notes and all that kind of stuff. And I think that, yes, that left, I think we have 3 servant mines currently who don't have nutrient solution. Possibly 2, but I'm pretty sure 3. So I don't know if we're even going to be able to find them. I was thinking that, again, that may be something to look up at the end to get more of them, but yeah, I still want to minimize any looking up if possible, so. But yeah, so I think we sort of want to start from the least consequential and then go from there, sort of thing. That's sort of why I was saying, like, you know, the Goethe stuff potentially last, but so I think that to start out, we're just going to do a bit of a trip around the map to a few areas to just sort of check back on a few things, see if we can tie up a few things. So I think now a couple of these may be nothing, because I said I didn't want to do too much looking around and things like that. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Yeah, all right. Well, Eastern Kaz first up. I just have a note, but I don't know if we've already checked this, because I didn't split up one of my previous notes as well as I should have. So I think a couple of these we have possibly done, but yeah, so this one I think we checked actually. Because there was a room here that we couldn't get into, and I wrote a really poor note about it, but I also hadn't put it to my done section, so I wasn't 100% on that. What did I wrote just, yeah, west room, south building, so, but I think we did actually go through them if I recall, like the last time we were sort of going through notes and stuff. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I assume this was the room I was referring to. I said west room, south building. Make sure we, in fact, looted all of these. Yeah, okay. That's a nice, simple, uninteresting one to cross off. Hey, hey, that wasn't anything interesting, was it? Bellows. I have no idea what that is. Anyway. Well, that was one cleared off. Very nice. Just to double check I didn't somehow get the direction wrong. Make sure that both of these open up. Okay, good. Okay, they do in fact open. So I'd say we're all clear there. I don't know what, did this open them originally, or? I assume they did. Okay, I think we are all set there. Alright, then let's head to the West Workshop. There's only this little. I sort of split the notes up into sections. This one has 5 parts to it, so that's 1 of 5 we're checking. Yeah, so I think at least 2 of them we've done, but I wasn't certain, so. But it won't take long anyway, so we'll see how we go. West Workshop it is. Yeah, there was a door we couldn't open. But I said that because remember, like when we did that sort of catch-up episode thing where I was going through all the notes, I was sectioning them off, but I didn't do it for some of them. I don't know what the hell I was doing at the time, but yeah, sort of messed that part up, and I didn't want to go and watch that whole video, so maybe I should have. But no, I know at least some of these aren't, so. But yeah, so I wrote one door that couldn't be opened, south center. F3, yes, okay. South center. What would that mean? My notes are so good sometimes. Would that be down here? I'm pretty sure we might have already opened it. Maybe? I'm not seeing anything that's... Was it this one? I mean, that's south center. I assume we must have opened it then. I'm not seeing anything on the map that's unopened. And my terrible note of south center is not great. But that was probably that, right? Or this one. Either way, I think that one is also clear. Yeah. Alright, let's walk this way and just double check the map. I mean, south center can only mean so many things, so I think we're okay there. And... yes, okay. Two that were not very eventful so far. We'll get to something that's there. Alright, you know what? Let's actually go to... let's go to Servile Warren, because I know for sure that has something that we haven't done. I just don't know if we're going to be able to do anything. And that was a locked door that needed a key, which I believe... yeah, down here, I remember this place. Yeah, so we had, it was up here, I remember now. Yeah, this little room here. I'm wondering if we've picked up something, because we've got, like, I mean, we've got the control rod, we've got the entry baton. We picked up, like, we got, like, master keys and all sorts of shit, so I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure, like, we tried this, when we were doing that episode, sort of, going through the to-do and stuff, but we didn't actually get to open it, so just kind of hoping that we've picked up something. Yeah, it was sort of a strange one, because, you know, we had the, I don't know if we gave this one nutrient solution or it was just healthy already, but I'm pretty sure this one was all like, you meet control 3, it's the lab, yeah. So, but yes, he wasn't able to open them, so I don't know. I guess we'll see, although it won't tell us either. I wish it noted that, because like, sometimes when you open things, it says like a key you used or whatever, but it doesn't actually tell you which one, so fingers crossed. Oh shit! Awesome! Oh fuck, a canister! Oh! That, I mean, alright. Yeah, one of your keys unlocks a chain, yeah. Doesn't tell you which one is unfortunate. Wasn't expecting a canister. I mean, I don't know, I mean, I shouldn't have had any expectations, I suppose, but I don't know, I wasn't expecting a canister. Don't even know why I just quick saved, but that's fine. Okay, what do we got? Oh, are you serious? Okay, mystery solved. There we go. Oh, I can't even believe that. I mean, back in my mind, I thought, oh, maybe, but like, you know, I didn't really... When I saw the canister, I was like, well, there can't be that many canisters around. I assume we get an orc, but, you know, not really a... yeah, okay. Is this... yeah. Wow, okay. Oh, and it's a battle-shaped one. Interesting. Wow, what can it get? Okay, you can actually get up... wait, poison spray? Really? Interesting. Awful health, though. Holy crap. What can we do? Oh, wow, it's so bad. Even with us, even being battle shaping based. Okay. It doesn't cost a ton of essence, but it's got the leap, it's got spray, hardiness. Yeah, I mean... it's interesting. I thought it was, you know, it's like a gimmicky one in a sense, but the moveset actually seems like it's serious. But yet we can only pull off a level 14 even with, what, like 8 battle shaping. Okay. Uh... Oh, wow, wow, we have 80 essence? Really? Wow, I didn't realize we had that much to spare. Did I guess we must have leveled up since we had these guys, or... Hmm. I mean, we could actually add an orc. Uh, maybe. Just, like, for a little while, it could be fun. Okay, wow, I really wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I guess that, crosses off that section, because there was a section I just wrote unknowns, and it was orc canister, question mark. Yeah, I didn't really have any, further elaboration on that. Alright, nice. That's, yeah, okay. I assume there's no other special creations. I mean, they're centered, but, you know, so that would make sense. Yeah, I mean, since we have so much essence, we could probably do that. I don't know if there's any, I don't know how much value there is in it, but I guess it's just when you compare it to these guys, like, their health's crazy. Well, let's just do one. I mean, it's not gonna hurt, is it? Well, it doesn't mean we have to keep it forever or anything, but... yes, sure. I mean, it makes it expensive getting the full thing. Oh, yeah, that's the same as the... Okay. It'd be cool if it had a thing to reduce that cooldown, then that'd be kind of cool. I say, oh, that's only poison. It's not great, is it? Like, I understand it's not meant to be, like, a significant one, but... It's sort of a weird in-between. Like... Yeah. Because I feel like a bull rush, in most situations, would just get hammered. Anything would, like, be at least acid spray or something, but... Okay, I mean, we'll still do it just for the fun of it. But I think, like, when we're heading into, say, up to the Geneforge, we'll probably have to move away from it. You can have a star, because I can't think of anything else for you. There we go, why not? We'll see how you do. I just feel like it's yeah, I don't know. I feel very mixed on this orc now getting it, because I kind of assumed it wouldn't even be remotely something we'd consider for combat. It's just in this strange middle ground, though, where it's, like, not terrible, but it sort of is terrible compared to what we have. Yet nowhere near as terrible as I was expecting for an orc, you know? I wasn't expecting it to have, like, hardiness and a bull rush and a cone spray, like, attack type of thing, so... Kind of strange. I mean, if you went full-on battle shaping, like, nothing into the others and knocked off some of the other stuff and went just full-on... I mean, you could probably get yourself a level, like, 20 orc or something. Maybe it'd actually be pretty good. Although I think still then, when it's costing 44 essence, like, we could have... Like, they're 56, you know? So, you could add another one of those for cheaper than an orc or something, so... Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, just, I don't know. I was sort of just thought either way it was going to just be sort of something we'd check off the list. It'd be kind of cool to get the orc canister or learn orc however it, you know, happens sort of thing. But yeah, it's got slight potential, which is sort of weird. Alright, jump back to Vikiri, I guess, for some reason. And let's, where are we going to go next? Oh, right, so Drake's Veil. Let's pop up there. Because there's Learned Harm, and I don't know if I actually bought the thing from him. I'd noted that that was another place where there was the 2k coin thing. But I don't remember if we actually bought it. I thought we had got those, but it's up here. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's go here. Was that... Yeah, down here. I don't know... I don't think we did. I don't remember coming back here. I guess we'll see. How much cash do we have, actually? I wasn't thinking about that. Money is viewed somewhere. I know things. Okay, we got plenty of money. I don't think we'll be spending on much else, so... Although still, yeah, maybe we did. I don't think so. What else would you like to know? You marvel at how calm and resonant this Servile's voice is. You're strangely... I know, maybe we did. Would you teach me your secrets? I can teach you... Oh, okay, it did. Okay. Alright, let me actually read that from the start then. You're strangely confident for a server. Perhaps, perhaps I am. I've spent my life learning how to best communicate, to convince others of my point of view and my good intentions. I have in the past shared my rhetorical gifts with others. Convincing others of things is a skill. It can be learned. Would you teach me your secrets? He nods. I can. I can teach you for a donation. Give me 2,000 coins and I will tell you some of what I know. You're a hermit. What would you do with all that money? I would use it. Turbulent times are coming. We serviles will need to interact with others. We will need to trade. When that time comes, I will use your donation to better the lot of my kind. Wait, where's the option to do it then? Wait, what? Or, would you teach me? I'll consider your offer. Yes, I think I'll be of use to you. Is that because I've already done it? Because this is familiar, but I'm honestly not sure if we bought it, but now it seems like we must have. Okay, I'm just going to assume we must have then. Because it's not giving an option. Okay, well, yeah, I said, probably something that could have been resolved by watching that other video, but, you know, it's all part of something. Alright, it's only, Ice Walls is left for this one, I think. Oh no, there's two, but I don't think one of them was meant to be on there. Oh yeah, no, that's I think that's an old note. I apparently have missed a space there and it's stuck on the end. Okay. Yes, we'll head to Ice Walls next. And then, I am not sure. We will see. But yeah, there was some doors without levers at Ice Walls. But again, it's very possible that we already dealt with it. Ice Walls. I do not remember where you were. Oh, right there. That makes sense. So, oh, you know, I think I've like done this twice. Am I having like deja vu? Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I forgot what Ice Walls was, but now I'm seeing this. It's like immediately apparent. Yeah, I think because that was one of the doors. I don't think there was any others. Well, alright. It might be only running 1 of 5, but technically it knocked out the Orc Canister Mystery too, so I'm gonna call that a win. You know, that's justifiable, right? Somewhat. Make sure we looted the place. Alright, alright. Looks like that is all clear. Not seeing anything strange. Okay, I reckon that's good. And just to double check, we don't have any nutrient solutions. Yes we do. Okay. I didn't think we had an unused one. Alright, very nice, very nice. Well... Okay. Because say, like, we do have at least 2 or 3 servant mines who haven't had any food. And I believe one was in Country's realm. I think this was... Because I'm not sure, because I don't know if we'll be getting more of them, so we have to sort of make a choice. And I think... Well, I thought, but I don't remember if... No, there was. Okay, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure there was a couple of doors here that weren't open. Oh, there's another one there. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Mine Country stares off into space. Its final effort against you seems to have burnt the mad creature out. It will require a skilled shaper assistant to heal it. You doubt the shapers will bother. Country, I still need your help. I demand you aid me. Country remains... okay. It's... Okay, its mine's gone then. Okay. I don't know if that could have been prevented in some way, because yeah, we still have these doors here, and I do not know how to open them. Because this... I mean, some things may just have to, unfortunately, remain a mystery, like... You know, like Geneforge is a... You know, it's popular for its niche, but it's not like... You don't have quite as detailed a stuff out there as other games, like larger games, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Point being, it can be awkward to search for very specific Geneforge things at times, like how to open a couple of doors here, you know, not necessarily going to find the results for that so easily, or... Yeah. I guess we'll just try talking to you again. Bree looks up at you. She looks like she's in awe of you. The fact that most of the creations around here would prefer to kill you seems to be lost on her. Tell me about Country. Country is very wise. Country was placed here to act in the time of crisis. Then the time of crisis happened. Country was stern and wise and brought about his will. I am sad that Country is still now. I hope one day he will be restored. Ionicuntrate. It brought me forth. Actually, that's yeah. So it was saying about a really skilled shaper, but is that just language? Like is that just saying that, or would like a certain stat have actually allowed us to restore it? I wonder. Hmm. What is the time of crisis? It was said that there might be a time come when the great research holds it over crisis, and poisons would flow forth, and rogues would claim all of everything. That is why this dominion was created. Contrary was given mastery over it to provide protection and secure to the hurt and dissolving. And a marvelous job Contrary is doing. Contrary says it is doing well, so I trust it. Hmm. I do wonder about that if it is just the... Yeah, we might just be stuck on these because of certain actions taken that I don't realize were actions taken sort of thing. Like, maybe there was a more peaceful way to resolve this or something. Because these doors, there's no lever levers. There's really nothing I can discern. I don't think there's any, like, secret switch to be found or anything. Like, I think it's been pretty covered. Uh, I mean, could look. I mean, all right. I'm just gonna quickly update the notes to clear off the things that have been done, and then sort of by the end to a degree, maybe we'll have a few things left, and then just look them up and then return, sort of thing, something like that. Okay, so I think next up we'll go check out those other two servant mines, since we do have mine nutrients. So as I keep calling nutrient solutions, I'm pretty sure they've been called that at some point. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the deal with these are, but there was one at the power station, and there was also one at the guarded docks. Let's check out the guarded docks one. I'm pretty sure this one actually referenced needing nutrients. I don't remember the power station situation. My note on it was very vague. But it depends on, like, because we want to have a reason. Because I mean, there's always a chance there's another servant mine. Like we might find one in there or up here, or So we don't want to sort of use it for no reason. But if there's sort of, because I don't think, like, I have no other notes about anything missing here, so it's not always necessarily an actual reason to give them the nutrients, but we can have a chat and see what's going on, although it might not do anything if it needs nutrients. There is a servant mine hidden away in a small dank room. It is in bad shape. Someone came in here recently and tormented the defenseless creature with sticks and rocks. It tried to heal itself, ran out of energy, and went to hibernation. Without food, it will die before long. Yeah. So that's a bit... It doesn't really give you anything, does it? Because there's nothing sort of undiscovered here or anything like that. Alright, well, we'll just keep that in mind for now. Because, I mean, like, out of pure curiosity, I'd like to feed it, But don't want to also, waste it sort of thing. Something we may do, like, potentially is at the end, if we find that there is no other thing, maybe we can just, like, give the nutrients to one, then reload, and then do it just to sort of see, like, sort of thing. I don't like leaving anything unturned, because it's not like, not you're going to play the whole game again just to see that or something, you know what I mean? So, but let's check the power station. Yes, this note literally just said no food. So, yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of doors. This might be one then. I mean, more worth it than the other. And I can all but guarantee I must have missed sub-nutrient solution. Like, the point we've got to here now, where there's only like a couple of them, makes me think that the game probably does have enough nutrient solution for them all. It's just about actually finding them. Which, I mean, if there's 3 doors, I think that's probably a good enough reason. There is a servant mine here. It still seems to be in good health, or at least it's intact. However, it's very thin and weak. It looks up to you and says, "Urgh." There are 4 sockets at the base of the creature's stone tray. They are all empty. Oh. Okay. I don't know what that... Is that... Try to revive the creature? You do your best, but without food, you won't be able to help it. Alright, let's go for it. Why not? It's a slow, messy job. The creature starts out completely immobile. You need to scoop the food. Into its mouth, one tiny globule at a time. Eventually, you are able to revive it enough to eat on its own. Finally, it speaks. Its voice is weak, but you are able to understand it. I am Happy Shaper. I can serve again. I am mine, Gallus Meg. I am the controller of the power station in Shaper absence. I did not have the strength to withstand the loss of food. Worse, rogues have stripped away my crystals. I am weak and unable to control the station without them. Oh, interesting. What sort of rogues are in the area? In the inner station of the Shades, the Shapers made these essence constructs to run the station. They are immune to the dangerous energies inside, but they are mercurial creatures, and they needed me to control them. The control was lost, and I cannot regain it. How many Shades are left? Your people left machinery. It makes new Shades to replace the ones who dissolved, so there are many. Such automatic magical devices for making creations have been forbidden by the Shaper Council for centuries. These machines, if left unattended, can cause much carnage. Machines like that are forbidden? Why were they made? I am only a servant mind. I cannot question the Shapers. I thought that the Shapers of Susha Island had become crazed and arrogant, but it is not my place to say it. Think you might have just said it, buddy. But yes, that could also be true, so we'll leave it at that. Your crystals were stolen? Oh, it's a quest. They were taken and hidden by mischievous Shades. They did not like my influence, so they acted to remove it. Without crystals, I cannot control anything, including, I should mention, the doors to the nearby supply chambers. Ah. The missing crystals are black, multifaceted, and as long as your forearm. If you could replace them in my base, I could be of much greater aid to you. Oh, I think we have those. Where are the crystals? I do not know. All I know is that they are all nearby. The Shades could not carry them far away. Yeah, don't we have something like that? Focusing stone? This is a black crystal about a foot long and half an inch thick. You found it in the power station. Awesome. I think we got them. I have found some of your crystals. Quest completed? Ah, come on. XP? You place your crystals into the holes at the base. As each one enters the slot, Mind Gallus Meg seems noticeably more alert. Thank you, Shaper. I am now restored. One moment. It closes its eyes. You hear clicks from the doors nearby. I have deactivated the shade spawner inside the power station. There will now be less chaos. I will begin repairs. What sort of things do you control? I control the defenses and shade spawner in the station. I control the doors. I control the conduits through which the magical power flows to and from the zones. I cannot make power spirals, though, or repair them. That requires skilled artisans of your kind. What sort of rogues are in the area? How many shades are left? Saying the same thing. Okay. It's all for now. Alright. Ooh, I saw a canister and I was like, oh, it's empty. Alright, what do we got? Okay, it's kind of fancy, sure. Kind of hoping for some canisters, though. Oh, got a canister. Very nice. Oh, 2 canisters. Very nice. Is that all of them? Like, there's just 3 rooms, right? Not missing anything? Alright, let's start with those. Alright, cool. Take some essence. And crystals. Very nice. Sure, I just put the junk bag in. Probably a few of them in there. Alright, let's see what we got. I mean, this is a decent way into the game. I'd love me... Wait, actually, what do we, I think we already maxed, yeah. There's a few things left they could be, but... Alright, let's see. Mass Restore? Oh, very nice. Yeah, I'll take an upgrade on Mass Restore. Yeah, nice. That's very much welcome. And what do you got for me? Crate Clawbug. Ah, alright. That's something. We won't use it, but Mass Restore, definitely worth it. Unfortunate to be without nutrients again, but I think that one was actually pretty worth it. Alright, very good. I mean, we completed the quest, not that we got any XP for it, but, you know. Wait, why is that not open? Oh, it's probably a thing outside, isn't there? Just to be certain, I think, yeah, that would have been the only ones, I imagine. I don't see anything else around. Alright, very nice. That actually, yeah, better than some of the start where we were doing things that couldn't be done, but yeah, very nice. Which, I guess that, as far as known ones anyway, that only leaves the Guarded Docks one, which doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. I mean, if we get extra nutrients, I definitely want to see, but, you know, just at the service level, it doesn't really seem like it. Alright, very nice. Okay, I'm just going to update the note real quickly and figure out where we're going to go next. Okay, that is the note updated and a fresh coffee made. So, I think next we'll check out the Sholai we couldn't speak with. I do feel like that's probably not going to get anywhere, but we're up to like level 7 of the language, so if it's going to happen, that's got to be plenty. Where do we want to go? Was this one of them? Because there was, I think some here. Like there was There was two places. I remember what they look like in my head. I just can't remember the names. This was one, but I don't remember if this is the one where we could already talk to them all or... Oh, right, there's also a door here, isn't there? That I'd forgotten about. Alright, let's try you, because I think there was some here. Sully only watches you nervously. He thinks you might attack him at any moment, and considering that he's outside of the barred island, it is tempting. Sure it is. Not really, but... what are you doing here? I am Gargle, our lair last night, the evil Garble outside who came to murder us. I know magic and can shoot Garble from my Garble air. What is in that sack? Goods. When we flee Trashkov, okay. Yeah. That's a little disappointing. Alright, it doesn't seem like that's probably changing then. We will still check the other one. But now I'm curious about up here, which I had not noted about, apparently. Why had I not noted about that? Refugee cave, yeah, I don't know why I didn't have a note. The chain, yeah, you don't have a key and lock is too complicated. So since you don't have the key, implying there is in fact a key. Right, that was, oh right, yeah, that's the... Because the other one here I don't think we could open, right? That's theirs or something? Yeah. There's something I want to know. Yeah, okay. I don't think this is one we can resolve. I mean, because the thing is, like, I mean, we have a quest here, kill outside rebels, right? So it may literally be that this is just something you can't do without killing them. Like, the key might be on her and just can't get around that without, like, or in there, like, I assume that could be the thing. So I think this is one that's just going to have to be called off limits for us because that's just not the path we've taken. Like, and I don't necessarily want to just kill them for checking that. Like, I don't mind doing, say, you know, said like before about feeding the servant mines and reloading or something, because it's sort of just like checking. This feels a little bit like it's too different than how I want to play things. I don't want to just go kill the good show-lies type of thing. So yeah, and unless someone knows otherwise, I think we're just gonna have to call that place off limits because I think that's probably what it is, considering we do specifically have a quest to kill them. So that would make sense. We will go check the other Sholo place where I'm thinking of. I think, I can literally picture, like, the map in my head and, like, the exact thing. It's where you got that cave off to the side and there's a few of them. Because there was one, whoop, that's not where we want to go. Where was that? Trying to think where they... I think it was more up this way, maybe? Oh, I really can't think where it was, but yeah, I can picture it. Is this the place? Don't think it is. I just wait. What is Servile Origins? We still have a quest going with that. There is a Taker researcher in the city of K. Oh right, he wanted them the steel tablets. That's the one, right? Oh, and we just wait. What? Why are we getting acided here? Or poison? Okay, didn't remember that that was a thing. Really? I didn't remember that. I thought, or at least I thought we would have dealt with it. Okay, let's just jump here for a minute. Oh, right. Heals us when we get here. Good, good. Okay, that's not the place. I do not... was it... Isn't the desert the one I'm thinking of? It's not... This is literally not the place. Trying to jog my memory here. I'm pretty damn sure it is in the wastes. Check the dry wastes. No. I'm pretty sure it is one of these. Because you got like that area, like the cave type of thing. Wait, did we just go to that? Okay, not in here. Oh man, alright, let me try and figure this out, I guess. Because oh wait, is this? No. Shouldn't be that hard to remember. Because it was like Ah, I can picture the map because you had that like that doorway and there was yeah. All right, let me try and figure this out. Oh my god, that took me forever. I ended up actually having to check the video, one of the previous videos. I cannot believe it's here. I literally checked like all around here. Like I even thought I checked Wooded Valley, but apparently I didn't. This was yeah. I for some reason I was thinking it was deserty, yet I could also picture the map like just a bit more like the layout than that. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, that's fine. My coffee's cooled down a bit now, so I can enjoy it. Delicious. But yeah, so probably most likely that they're not actually going to have anything different to say, unfortunately. A little disappointing, I feel like, because you can go up so many levels in that. Like, it feels like you should be rewarded for getting them all. To be able to, like, you know, at that point you become, like, full fluent type of thing. 'Cause I think there was, if I recall, there was at least one here that was, like, we couldn't really get much through them at all. Was it you? Treplev is still sitting here. He says something you don't understand. No, well, that's probably not a good start. How did you get hurt? He looks confused at first, and then he looks down at his burn. He says, red bad, garble thing. Small. He pantomimes what's to you looks like a lunging Fiora. What would you like to do? He points at your yeah. He points at the arm in front of him. Then he pulls out a pouch and shows that it's full of coins. Then he says, we garble. He probably means he wants to trade. I don't need anything. I garble you. I don't think he was the one who was the worst, was he? Although that was like there was only a couple of garbles left there. What about Anya? I don't remember. Uh Anya smiled, you are still welcome. Are you a wizard? I am a user of magic. My people have the magic too, but we do not have magic like yours. We cannot make life. Can you teach me any of your magic? Ah, it is difficult, but you convince her to give you a brief magic lesson. All your she tells you all your limited grasp of the Sholai tongue enables you to comprehend. The Sholai have been focusing techniques that are new to you. There, now you know more. Her knowledge is surprisingly new and effective. You are now more competent with magic. Yeah, we gained a spellcraft. What the hell? So, was that actually because we'd done that, or did I somehow not click that? Hmm. We use magic like yours too. I know, with Trashkov, I used some of the glass jars you made which give the user magic. It made me have more power. It was amazing. Did you learn how to use our powers from the canisters? I do not know. I feel strange things in me, strange things I want to do, but I do not know how to do them. I did not know how the glass jars were changing me, so I stopped using them and fled. Trashkov does not know how to stop using them. Trezhov does not know to stop using them. They have made him strange. I have used them. Yes, can you not feel it? Can you not feel the changes? The strange changes? You are in a bad place. You must use them to live, but you must then be changed by them. I hope you have the strength in your mind to stay wise. As she speaks of it, you find that you are having a hard time keeping from striking out at her. Her manner is infuriating you. Very strange. Normally you wouldn't feel this way. What is happening? Okay, well, that's pretty nice. We do not know what your kind made these caves for. We use them now. It is safe. But there is passage to the south with dangerous creatures, turret things. You should be careful. You live here with hostile creatures? They do not move. We do not hurt them and they do not hurt us. Okay, well, I don't know if that was because of that or I just somehow missed it. But either way, that seems like a win to come back here, so why not? What about you, Astrov? What else do you want? Astrov says. He's trying to speak simply and slowly, but his accent makes it difficult to understand. Uh, can you teach me more of your tongue? I know little of yours myself. I cannot help you, I am sorry. Tell me about the wastes. They are northwest of here, nasty and full of horrible monsters, and not natural waste, but poison. That is where Goethe fled. I don't know about it. I do not want to know about it. Poison how? When your sabers left, you left many tanks and pools of burning goo that you used for your work. Some of them leaked over the years. They burned the ground. There is some of this around Kaz, a lot northwest. Alright, I think we already well talked to him about everything. Okay, well, I thought there was... There's only the four of them here, isn't it? Like, there's no one else? I thought one of them we could barely speak to. Hmm. Unless there's someone else down here? I feel like it was Treplev who was the worst, but... Was this anyone? I think that was all of them, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it did impact it then? I found it so strange that I wouldn't have clicked that, or... But yeah, I mean, Treflov, like, even though it says that, I want to know more about you. Ah, I garble, garble, garble ships, then garble, Tragikov, garble. He sees how little you understand of his speech and size. Talk Astro. Yeah, okay, so I think that's probably what I was looking for. That was the one that was, yeah. Okay, so it looks like that's about the same. Anya, thank you very much for the knowledge. I don't know if I missed that or gained the ability to learn from you, but either way, we'll take it. Because spellcraft's, that's the nice one, right? Yeah, it just gives a straight bonus to spells, so yeah, that's definitely a win for us, even though, you know, we probably do more CC and healing and that kind of stuff these days, but still, that's nice. Very good. I think that's about all we can do with the Shoalei language, so... Maybe we'll head to Ascended Alonso. I think that's probably a good option. Which is... this one? I totally remember. Yeah, good. I should have said that after we got here, so I was safe, but yeah, no, I totally knew. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this one, I don't know, because it was mainly this that was holding me back originally, being in the area, but I don't think there's anything else I'm going to figure out to this. I assume it's just a choice we can make, or a choice not to make, because it seems like nothing would happen if we don't let him rest, but I don't know. I feel like he probably deserves it by now. This is obviously still unknown. You have anything to say? None of the Inutai hiding out here want to talk to you. They don't even attempt politeness, they just turn away. Yeah, it's not very helpful. Ascended Alonso stands before you with as much dignity as he can manage. His voice is still calm and quiet. What else, Shaper? There is so much that must be done. Work that is long overdue. Didn't you want to rest, though? What is the final step? I will rest. I will close my eyes and be gone at last. What will the Inutai do without you? They managed better before the Ascended came. They will be fine. Or Shabers will destroy them. I can't change their fate either way. Okay, I want to do a save. I don't think I'll be save scumming it. I mean, the only thing I'll be reloading on is if suddenly they all want to kill me or something. I don't know. But I think he probably deserves to rest. I mean, although it makes it weird saying that and then. How did you become so twisted? He holds up his glowing hands and looks at them. Even in the bright light of the Shaper lamp, you can see they glow slightly. Thank you. Our story, the story of the Ascended. I'll tell you a brief version so you can understand how the work started. I was born, a small servile in a proper free town. Alright, we've been through this before, but... where are you from originally? Vakiri. I was born to the Awakened. Our village struggled. We had to fight off rogues, grow food. We had many duties. I was born Inutal, though. I had to leave my clan. I left it all behind. But how were you so afflicted? Afflicted? You mean this? He holds up a trembling hand. I was given power and it ruined me. To know that, I must tell you the story of mine Swanwick. What do you want from life now? I want us to finish the final bits of business. I want to finish the job we surrendered too much for. I want to free my fellow serviles from danger. Then at last, I want to rest. Oh, so has he done that? Like, because he says he wants to rest now, so... I assume that's sort of where it's at. Why did you leave? All of us who became Ascended had the Wanderlust. We were driven to wander. Perhaps our servile strain has the scout bred into us. Wherever it came from, it made us unsuited for village life. So we wandered the island. We entered the waste. These brigands let us stay with them in this ruin they excavated. Then we met Mine Swanwick and the true story began. Okay, I mean, it seems like he's ready to rest, so what is the final step? I will rest. I will close my eyes and be gone at last. What would the Inutai do without you? They managed better before the Ascended came. They will be fine. Or Shabers will destroy them. I can't change their fate either way. Alright, you're right. It's time for you to rest. Oh, that was okay. Ascended Alonso nods. Ouroboros is gone. The cockatrice is complete. At last. Thank you, Shaper. Goodbye, all my friends. There is no pageantry, no speech. He closes his eyes. He slumps quietly to the ground. He is dead. Well, that's sad, but I don't know. It seems like that's what he wanted in the end, you know. It is interesting too, though, to see the cockatrice is complete. Which that was something I wanted to wrap up, but the option to let him rest existed before that. So, yeah. I hope we did all we wanted, like, you know. I don't know if there was any others, but I assume that was everything, so... Hopefully he can rest in peace, and seems to deserve it, you know. Went through some shit. Things got crazy, but, you know, seemed to keep himself together and all that, so... Alright. And Senator Alonso, rest in peace. A little bit weird, he's just kind of gone. But, okay. And this door, I guess, remains a mystery. Because it's not like there's even a... I really don't know. None of the Inutar hiding out here want to talk to you. They don't even attempt politeness, they just turn away. They are clearly upset though. The loss of Ascended Alonso has upset them greatly. Okay, so that did change. See, I don't know if that was the right decision or not, because I mean, it just seemed weird that I was the one making that decision. You know what I mean? And that door, it is an absolute mystery, because there's no... Well, there's nothing to... Yeah, I don't know. Let's talk to Eula. Not that I think there'll be anything new there, but... I want to trade with you. I want to see your best wares. Yeah, I think it's all pretty much the same there. I don't think there's anything else. What have you done since you last Trashkov? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, nothing new with her. Nice to see you, Eula, but doesn't look like you got anything new to say. Friggin' Lair. Erok. I do not remember you. Erok stands up to you defiantly. His warriors watch you from all directions. You can sense their anxiety. They are ready to grab their blades and charge you at any moment. You are very still. What is your job here? Job? We are not tame town serviles. We don't have jobs. We raid the lands to the south for what we need. Do you know anything about the Shaper research done here? He spits. We don't tinker with Shaper equipment. We won't want to end up like the Ascended. The research hall was happening in the East Hall. We stay out of there. You really think you can defeat me? If you challenge me, you really think you can defeat me? I do. We are tough desert folk, strong and fierce. You are a decadent village person. I don't think you can stand against our strength. Okay. Alright, Grumpy. I'll just leave you to your invader. Alright. I don't intend to slaughter everyone here, so I'll leave that be. Oh. What are you that I apparently also didn't realize was a thing? Let's go check down here. Yeah, I was thinking we might try Swanwick again, but I feel like that's just going to be an unsolved mystery for us at this point. Oh, there is a lever here. Okay. What are you then? Yes, absolutely. How did I not know this existed? Oh, alright. Just some loot. Sure, why not? Okay. Wait, it's so weird. Like, some of these with the not yours thing, it feels like it's not meant to be there. I don't know. It's strange. And a ruby. Okay. Alright, didn't realize I'd just missed somewhere like that, but sure, why not? That one though, yeah, it seems like it's gonna remain a mystery because I don't believe he even ever referenced it. You know, there was no, yeah. The only thing I could think of is that there's like the fact that we could actually let him rest before we completed the cognitrice, like, that makes me wonder if there wasn't like another thing, and if we'd done that, there'd be like, Ouroboros gone, cognitrice complete something, but it did sound like he was all good, you know, it sounded like he was ready to rest and that. We'll try mine Swanwick here. It's the only thing I would possibly think of for that door. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he probably got anything to say though. Now that your work is done, what will you do? I'm not sure. All these years, planning, instructions, gone. Did Jeanette do this? Make me forget when the work was done? It does not matter. I am a working creation. I'll find things to do. I'll command servos to get them done. Then Jeanette will return and I will serve her. Alright, you have done enough harm. You must only speak with Shabers from now on. Which, actually, that's probably the thing to do, no? For the sake of them here. Yeah. That's probably the best thing to do. Because it seems like, yeah. Yeah, you've done enough harm. You must only speak with Shapers from now on. What? But the servos are so useful. Oh, you're a Shaper. Yes, fine. I will not use the servos anymore. What a waste. Now, I must remember, I must... Mine's where it rests its head in its tray and goes to sleep. Alright, yeah. We don't really want it fucking with the servos, like... Because, you know, yeah. Let them live in peace. Hopefully, as much as they can, anyway. Alright, I guess that door's just gonna have to remain a mystery. Like, I don't know. It's one thing we could look up, I guess. Yeah, I'm mixed on looking things up, as you can probably tell, but... Yeah, alright, yeah, 1 second. Alright, just updating my notes there. I put a note for that. So said at the end we may like check a couple things like that just to sort of see. But I also think it's possible that this could be another situation where if we were like taking a different path and we're killing them or something, like maybe. But there's no like, it's just such a strange case because there's no, I'm not aware of any levers anywhere. Like there's just nothing to it. Which does make me curious, but we will leave it for the moment. Let's open that up. And now, so this is one thing I didn't realize originally, but I realized when I was searching for Wooded Valley before, is we still actually have this area in the Spirit City here. The problem with this is that it seemed like there was no good way to go about this without causing hostility. Other than we did do some like exploring awkwardly, but we took like an insane amount of damage and it was sort of awkward, but I think that might be the thing we do. Because I do want to check it out. I'm just not sure how to really go about it. It may be something that we just need to go solo and just constantly keep shields up. But I don't know if there's any better option. Didn't seem to work out last time we tried. But yeah, I'd completely forgot about it. I don't know why I hadn't noted it down. So I'm pretty sure like stepping on that, like, all right, let's do the save here. So this is damage, right? You step over a glowing rune platform. The runes flash red when you step over them. You start to feel ill. The farther you go west, the more ill you feel. Okay. What's actually going to happen? Oh my. Oh wow. That is a lot more damage than I remembered. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, so the only way we're even going to possibly have a shot at that is if we go solo. There's no way otherwise. That's just crazy. So we'll unfortunately have to drop off you guys into limbo for a minute. Actually, let's do that now because we have to pop back to town. Just rest for a little bit, guys. Ignore the damage. Not even happening. They're just going away. Totally resting. Totally fine. Don't worry about it, Orky. Ooh, that's an unpleasant death sound. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's just jump to you. Good. And pop back. Yeah, I don't know how this will go still. It's probably still going to be a little bit questionable, but I assume if we keep this up, we're pretty much okay. All right, let's quick save because I don't think they. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's like a proper way to go about this. I mean, it's fine. Like we'll just do it anyway. But I'm kind of but wonder if there isn't a proper way to do this. You know. Probably that as well, right? And we're probably best to be in combat mode, aren't we? For the sake of the control. Just gonna have to watch that. Yeah, so I think that if I'm not mistaken, I believe the first time we tried to go in, we aggroed them, but then doing this like just didn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't quite. Oh my god, that's like that's for real, isn't it? So we're really not gonna be able to walk far. I guess hopefully we can just. I don't know. Do we want to try and talk or something? I'm not sure. Uh, Man, that is like that is absurd levels of damage, isn't it? Oh my god, that's crazy. No wonder it was so difficult last time. I knew the damage was bad. I didn't quite know it was that bad. Is that gone again? Oh my god. Wait, why is that? Oh, because I'm taking damage at the end of the turn. Is that why? Okay, let's just walk. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at that. It's just smashing me. Fortunately, we got like a lot of essence to work with, but still. I don't know. Did they go aggro when we went into one of these areas? I feel like something like that happened. Let's try and talk. Do you want to threaten this character? No. I don't. Let's try and talk. Oh, okay, okay. We might die immediately, but we'll see. You meet yet another ancient ghost. It surprises you in two ways. First, it doesn't attack you. Second, when it begins to speak, you understand it. It speaks your tongue perfectly clearly. Some magic must be at work. Hello, visitor. I welcome you. As long as you bring peace and do not go where you are not bidden. Bidden? Bring peace and do not go where you are not bidden. Have you found the secret yet? What secret? The shade points at the northeast passage. There, you may go there. Only there. There is the secret. When you have seen the secret, return. Okay. Uh, the northeast passage. As in that one? That'd have to be the northeast, right? Okay, need to quickly do that. Enter combat. Oh my. Heal. Heal. Holy crap. That is just absurd. Is there a proper way to do this? Like, I'm struggling to get up here. What the hell? There's got to be some other... I mean, I'm just putting the essence shield on and it's getting smashed in an instant. I have to do that again. Walk. Okay, essence shield. I just have to do like essence shield, then walk, essence shield, then walk. Oh my god, it's so bad. How can it be giving this much damage? It's absurd. Protection? No! What? Fuck, what the hell was that? I didn't move. What? Okay, I don't really understand what just happened. Ah, come on. Okay, attempt 2 now. Yeah, so I guess we won't talk to them and just go straight into there, perhaps. And I think, yeah, I don't know the best way to do it, because that was really not good. I think I need to be more careful with the shield, like, smaller movements maybe, because, man, that's brutal. But I still think it's got to be the better way to do it like this, right? I mean, I'm assuming. Okay, that's still over 100. So I walk 1. Bam, like, it knocks so hard, doesn't it? Okay. So I guess maybe I need to just walk 7 and then use it. Oh, wow, alright. So then if we walk another 7 and use it again. Okay, so that seems to be the method then. That's nice and simple, okay. As soon as it started knocking our health down, it was like, yeah, that was pretty brutal. Okay. So far, so good. Use that. And recording is all good. Yes, okay. Just making sure there. I mean, this is apparently where the secret is, right? Oh, laboratory, whichever one of those is a word. We got 100. So I guess that's fine. Good. Oh, you immediately recognize the main feature of this plain room. There is a small stone platform in the corner. It is very bare, very rough, very old, but its purpose is still clear. It is a shaping platform. Cruder than what your people use, but the purpose is the same. Could it be? Could the natives who lived here be, in some way, the ancestors of the Shapers? Could this be the home of your people? It might in some way be what drew your people here to do their research. Something found in these ruins might have been the catalyst which helped the Shapers here discover such astonishing things. Or maybe this platform being here and looking like this is a strange coincidence. You'll probably never know. Yeah, so I think we'd actually been in here previously, right? Because I knew we'd explored some of it, and that actually sounded familiar. But I guess that is the secret, is that, I don't know, like, that the Shapers weren't... Is that meant to be what it's implying? That the Shapers weren't the first people to actually discover shaping? Or that this island was in fact the origin of shaping, perhaps? Let's try and... Yeah, still good. Let's grab this. Okay. Oh, wait. Is that gonna... Oh, no. I hope that doesn't aggro them. It might. Because that's what happened outside. Like, it was the one place in the game where literally just opening a chest would actually aggro them, which was Interesting. And this doesn't seem to be going down much. Is this chamber, like, safe? Okay. Am I going to get hammered as we go out here, or... Oh, yeah, that dropped down, that's for sure. Okay, for some reason it's okay out here. Still. I guess we'll go talk to that ghost again. You guys aren't aggro, are you? Okay, good, good. If they're going to aggro going these ways, we'll probably skip that. I mean, it's not technically fully explored, but, you know, mainly wanted to, you know. I don't really, because I said, like, it's sort of like that other place. Don't necessarily want to do a reload, but I don't know, we'll see. Because there's not presumably that much to see here, but I would still like to try and talk to you again. Let's do that. Guess let's walk to there. Let's do that again. That as well. Oh, that wasn't quite how I wanted that to go. Okay. Heal. Now do... Oh, crap. Now do that. Now talk really quickly. Right, what the fuck is happening? Why? I don't understand what just happened. Like, why it just went through turns. That was what happened last time. It was like, I took damage, but I didn't understand why. Or is it because the turn kept knocking over, or... Okay, we need to quickly talk. There we go. Okay, we're probably going to die straight away after, which is a little bit annoying, but... You meet yet another ancient ghost. It surprises you in two ways. First, it doesn't attack you. Second, when it begins to speak, you understand it. It speaks your tongue perfectly clearly. Some magic must be at work. Hello, visitor, I welcome you, as long as you bring priests and do not go where you are not bidden. Have you found the secret yet? Are you the ancestors of my people? If our people are the same, can you get the ghost to stop attacking me? My people were here for a while, researching. Did they ever contact you? There are enemies of our people on this island. Will you help me? Okay. Are you the ancestors of my people? Oh, we just got an achievement on Steam, history lesson. Yes, that is the secret. You performed the rituals and you entered, and I share with you what has been shared with no other. Wait, rituals? No, I'm pretty sure I just tanked it. So, not actually sure what that would be referring to. What happened to you? We had magic. Our people, we had magic. We did all that we could with it. We used it to learn. We looked deep below the earth and beyond the sun, and then we looked within. We looked deep within ourselves, our bodies. And what did you see there? You know the secret. You know how to use magic to rebuild life. It all started in here, in this temple. We turned it from a place of worship to a place of work. We worked on warping life, remaking it, reshaping it for our purposes. This building was the seed of our doom. So this island's not only the origin of what the Geneforge being created, it is the very origin of shaping. But so what does that mean? Like, does that mean like these are the original shapers, or that the shapers as we know them today actually stole from this place? Or like when they say ancestors, I'm not sure if that's really meaning like original shapers, or you know what I mean? Doom, how? We used the power as a weapon, as a bludgeon. We were not careful, not precise. Our magicians randomly warped our enemies, twisted their parts, destroyed their organs, made them fall. We tried to form an empire against the savages around us, starting here. There was chaos in our attacks. We did not control our power. We created horrible creatures stronger than what we attacked, made diseases. And then? Most of us died. The rest fled this place. These hills were green. They became infected, dusty wastes. We took with us our secrets and wisdom. We went to our mainland. And then, I guess, we became you. There, the story ends. Oh, okay, so the survivors who left the island basically became the first shapers then. Okay, that is certainly, that is definitely significant. So Susha Island, there's a lot more to this place. So I wonder if that's like the people who came here, like created the Geneforge like that. Like, did they know? Did they realize that this was the origin? I have another question. The spirit hangs in the air. Sometimes a draft carries it back and forth a little. Now we'll speak further. I will discuss the secret. Well, they're not actually attacking me, but I don't, I don't actually know why I'm being damaged in here. I assume that they mentioned the rituals. I'm guessing there is something you can do then that like stops that from happening. Like maybe you're not meant to be able to even tank it like I am. I don't know. Because it's awkward. And it is, Because, I mean, literally, as soon as this conversation ends, we're going to die, which is actually a little bit annoying because I don't think there's any way I can prevent it. Uh, Okay, anyway. If our people are the same, can you get the ghosts stop attacking me? Not ghosts. Some of our kind with magic and knowledge of shaping. They adopted that form, striving for long life. I was one such. Only I maintained my thoughts. All the rest became mindless, haunted beings waiting for the wreath of death. No mercy. I can't control them. Nobody can. They have no minds to control. Oh, okay. Interesting. So I guess this person was pretty good at what they did then? Because that, like, wasn't that what Danette did? Except she didn't do it like this? Like, hmm. Okay. My people were here for a while researching. Did they ever contact you? No. Had they stayed longer, they would have. I would have spoken with them. They were too distracted, so they never came. Oh, okay. Does that mean they didn't actually know that this was the origin place? Okay. Are you the ancestor of my people? Alright, yes. Okay, that's reset, okay. There are enemies of our people on this island. Will you help me? I have little mind left, only enough to tell stories to defend this sacred place. That is all I can do. I can't even understand what you just said, but there is so much I want to learn. I am only a wisp of essence and a handful of thoughts. I have passed on the secret. I can tell you our story. You will have to understand our warning, how you can avoid our mistake. What warning? The shade is quiet. Whatever thoughts you were trying to get it to share, they evaporated long ago. Go. Can I heal? Enter combat. And he, oh my god. I wish this wouldn't do that. Heal. Okay. Do that. Sorry if I'm getting like bothered by that. It's just, it's really not acting, it feels like incorrect. Like, I don't know why it's being weird like that. Add that again. So why is it going straight back to 20? Like, okay, I think that's fine. So if I walk 7, I use it. Okay, that's probably fine then. Okay, don't mind me. I mean, some of it, I'm sure it's probably working normal. Just, there's a couple of things there. It was like, I didn't understand what the hell happened, so. Yeah, okay, it's a really awkward place. Alright, do that. How much we got left? 17. Okay, I think we can actually get out of here. And then we can save. And then we can maybe do other things, but... I mean, in this area, but I want to get the save down, you know? Okay, good. Now out. And safety. And hit F3. And we are good. Oh my god. There we go. We have successfully learned the secrets and saved. That is what I wanted. Oh man, okay. Yeah, we do have these other areas, but I'm gonna guess there's probably just some items or something. I don't think I wanna worry about that. Which does bother me on an OCD level, but I'm pretty happy with having got through that. And yeah, so that's interesting. So we learned sort of the origin of the Shapers, but then it also sounds like the people who were here, like the creators of the Geneforge and all these researchers and all this stuff, were here for a long time, and yet they never actually learned that fact, it sounds like. So are we like the only living non-shade being like in existence right now that actually knows the true origins? Like, Okay, interesting. So I don't know if that's like just the Geneforge was just like a coincidence thing that it was developed here, or if it was like how will that, yeah. Because I mean, yeah, I don't know. Definitely a very strange place, Sushi Island. But yeah, so there was sort of a warning, but that was not. I mean, what was the warning? I guess just to be more careful and be precise, not let the power go to your head and just start using it arbitrarily, I guess was sort of the general thing, or... Well, I don't think there's anything more we can do there. Alright, definitely interesting stuff. I'm just not sure what to do with the information beyond finding it interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess let's head to Kazg for the minute. And, alright, let's get our crew back first up. Okay, there we go. Smash Bros. Ultimate Edition Orc is back. Very good. And I think since we are in Kaz, we can lead that straight into double checking the place. That was just because I think like unless I'm missing something, probably next up. I think we're gonna clear off some of these quests. But first up, I did want to double check this place if there's anything at all that can be done here. I mean, we don't necessarily want to go for an overt attack on the place. Not that we couldn't, but I don't necessarily. You know, it's more like if they attack me, then, you know, burn them to the ground, but, you know. Yeah, so I think that's really only that. I don't think there's anything else, because I think we already, like, sort of checked that. So I don't think there's actually anything else going on around here. Let's take a look in here. There's them stairs, but again, I'm pretty sure we'd already checked that. We'll just double check the stairs in case though. Although I think this was a... Was this a no-go area? I feel like that's what it was, right? Stay out, yeah. But we convinced them and I think that's how it went, right? Yeah, right. Just had this up here. Yeah. There is a large notebook. It contains all of Toivo's notes on what he has learned about the language of the human outsiders, the Sholai. For a servo, he is unusually insightful. You read the information again, but you don't learn anything new. Yeah. All good there. Alright, we can head out. I don't know if you're going to want to chat to me again. The guard runs up to you, weapons drawn. Halt! You aren't supposed to be here. Private tower. I'm proving myself to join the Chakers. If Norel finds out that you're interfering with her diplomacy, she will make you pay. The servile guard is confused and nervous, mostly nervous. Fortunately, your glib tongue is very convincing. He quietly returns to his post. Very good. Too easy. But yeah, I think we can probably make enemies of the Takers now. I assume that's what's going to happen from some of them quests. Do they have a shop here? Trade hall, right? Let's double check here since I don't really know what's going to happen if they're going to actually become our enemies or how it's going to go, but we'll just double check if there's anything worth grabbing here. Okay. Essence pods? Sure, why not, actually? You know what? Let's grab a lamp, or... Grab a few of them, actually burn through a bunch of them. Speed spores, curing spores. Maybe I'll grab a couple of them. I don't know if we'll even need them, but... You know what? Why not? That's fine. You absolute junk. Okay. I do not want to sell something right now, but thank you. Pretty much junk. We'll grab those. That was probably not at all worth it. That actually was not worth it. And I don't need any of that stuff. Sure, I'll have another lamp. Alright. Alright, nothing too much there. That's fine. Alright, well, we can start on a few quests then. Let me just double check. Because I think... we want to make sure like there's nothing else to do before we jump on that, just because it said I'm pretty sure it'll make the Takers our enemies when we do some of these. So, the guarded docks, that needs nutrient solution. The unknowns remain about the doors in Cuntre's realm and the Adora Descended Alonso's. Another big one, we have the other spiky orb defined, but don't think that matters for this. Yeah, and other than that, I think it's mainly like the Goetch stuff. Like, I think we've pretty much cleared a lot of the smaller things. So, why don't we, where do we want to start with here? Let me, let's take a look here. So, this is probably the oldest one, right? Yeah, I think this is probably the oldest one. Yeah. Okay, so... And also, there's Kill El Hara, isn't there? So... Because I think, can we tell El Hara, I think? Maybe, is that how that works? Alright, where's Sencha? Let's do a quick save. Just in case we like screw up an order or something. Like, I want to do them all if we can type of thing. Sencha, I have no idea where Sencha is. I'm just going to assume probably... in here, or... Essentia, I think, may have been like the... I think maybe the one with Crowbar. Crowbar, right? It's the name, yes? No, we got the blade. Inurni. Yeah, Sentra is here, okay. Sentra watches you with interest. She is too young to have ever seen a true Shaper, and an experience fascinates her. What other needs do you have, Shaper? Well, I do need some coffee. I found the spy. It is Nab. She shakes her head. I knew it, but I could never prove it, and no doubt he has fled town by now. Thank you for letting us know. El Hara will appreciate your aid. She reaches up and places a hand upon your shoulder. In the name of the Awakened, I thank you. We will remember this. Don't touch me, server. God, that'd be such a dick move. You're very welcome. She withdraws her hand and nods. Her opinion of the Shapers, or at least you, has improved. Yeah, okay. Very good. There wasn't really much to that, but sure. Kobar, do you have anything to say? I haven't talked to you in a long time. So is there nothing else for me to do? Not yet. Soon, I fear. The dangers will return. I hope that before they do, you can solve the mystery of this island, because we can't. We haven't yet the strength. Alright. What dangers do you... Yeah, I think that's, Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I think next we'll jump over to El Hara and let them know about the person wanting them to die. That's probably the thing to do. Don't know if I'll be regretting any of this. There could be some strange twist and turn to it all, but... I mean, because El Hara was sort of sus to me for certain reasons, but... Nothing's happened, so... You know, because it was interesting how early on in the game you were actually given the El Hara kill quest. I mean, so don't know if I'm going to regret this in some very strange fashion, but we'll see, we'll see. Actually, well, no, yeah, we did cover everything here. All right. There is someone in your employ named Tin. I believe she is a spy for the Takers. He nods. I suspected as much. Thank you for the confirmation. He calls in a guard and whispers in her ear. She leaves quickly. The Takers have made no secret of the fact that they want me dead. Until they are peaceful, I will not tolerate them. Fair enough. Which, yeah, too high to get XP off these, unfortunately. Okay. Is that it? You just had good? Yeah. I would like to speak with you about this region. So do we all. Susha Island is full of mysteries. What interests you? I have found many strange cannons on this island. They make me stronger. Elhara looks at you carefully. He seems worried by what he sees. I can see you need the strength they give you. It must be necessary to survive the dangers here. However, they are changing you in a way I do not understand. It frightens us. You look cold and strange, and you glow in a soft, strange way. Use them if you must, but be careful. Alright, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything new to be said there, unfortunately. Kind of thought there would be. Alright. How are you doing, Swan? Swan watches you silently. It is remarkable how well he keeps his composure when facing one of his creators. Alright, well that was a little anticlimactic on these. Oh wait, Kill El Haraz still there, isn't there? Interesting. You made us, yeah. He asked you to kill El Haraz, the leader. He made it clear that, yeah. I thought that quest would sort of disappear. Okay, I guess let's jump back to Valkyrie and see if Nab is still there. I mean, I guess it could just not. I just thought that would be like a... I mean, I guess we can still technically kill El Hara. So the quest can still be done. But I kind of thought it would get like abandoned or something. I don't know. I guess we'll check up here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, actually. I mean, not that it matters if the quest just stays there. I mean, it'll bother me on some stupid level, but, you know, in general, it's not a big deal. Alright, well, Nab is gone. You know what? Actually, let's, go down here for just a minute. Yeah, that's interesting. Where are we looking at? How you doing, Clackett? I'm curious if any opinions have changed because of those quests. What sort of things do you know? What do the Servals think of me? Servals think you great. Servals think you true. You want Serval free. What sort of crimes have I committed? Serval like you. Worship you almost. Dangerous how much? Serval think you hero. Okay, nothing's changed there. So, what else do we have going on here? The purging is nothing I'm going to bother with. We ain't doing that. Find the spy in Kaz. There is a taker named Agat in the fields north of Kaz. He suspects that someone is spying on the takers. The intruder may be nearby. He asks you to... Yeah, so that's an opposite one. So... we might want to go talk to them again. I don't know, like, what will happen with that. Or if we can turn... Yeah, can we turn them in somewhere then? Kill outsider rebels. We won't be doing that. Find equipment is... That's open. And this one, I guess, there's nothing we can really do with them. Because it feels like there should be some other way to do this, but it seems like we can't. Because I don't want to give them any that stuff. Well, let's go to the north of Kazg first, I guess. We'll see what the deal is there. Although I'm curious, like, if we go to Kazg, are they going to be enemies now? Like, I don't know. Could be. Because I think, well, I guess we'll see what happens when we walk through here if we have any enemies. Alright, you're not an enemy, let's start. But I think there was someone named here, like maybe we can report... I don't know, let's, I guess we'll go up here first. I'm pretty sure this is where they were, right? But I think there was someone named around here, I don't know, we'll see. Hugh, eh? Hugh sits on her log. What else would you like, Shaper? You're a spy, what have you learned? I know that the Takers are allied with the humans. The outsiders, the invaders, I don't know why. I know, though, that it has something to do with control. Control the Geneforge. Oh, is this the... What is the Geneforge? I do not know. A powerful Shaper artifact left behind when you all fled. With time, I will find out more. What do the Takers want with me? There are 2 Shapers on Susha Island. Norrell has been trying to get one Shaper brought to her. There is another who she wants to kill. That is what the outsider humans want. I think you are the Shaper they want, not the Shaper they want to kill. Not all of the Takers are so sure. Is there any other information you can give me? I am sorry, Shaper, but I am not sure you follow the true will of the Shapers. If you were allied with the Obeyers, though, it would be different. Okay, so that is the actual spy. There's yeah. So where is Agat then? That's what I was looking for. Okay, so Agat must be around here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I confused the situation here. I was thinking it was the opposite, like there was a Taker spy here, and yeah, okay. So Agat must be down here somewhere. But then is there something else I can do? Because, like, I don't want to turn them in. Where would Agat be? I mean, they must be here, right? Somewhere. I assume. Wait, did I misread that again? There is a Taker named Agat in the fields north of Kaz, right? Okay, so it does say Agat is here. Okay. Which, yeah. Okay. So I don't know... Ah, there we go. Alright, well, let's talk at least. Your presence still agitates Agat. He traces circles in the dust with his toe. What, Shaper? What you say to Agent Agat? You call yourself an agent? Tell me about Norrell. I have found the spy. It is Hugh. Okay. So I guess that's something we can't do then? That's what... I kind of wish there was a, like... And then it could be for some, but... I feel like these quests should all have, like, 2 ways to go about it. Like, even if it was as simple as thing of, like... We talk to Agat and there's an option that says, like... like, we couldn't find anything and it's a lie. And we basically say that we exhausted all searching, we couldn't find anyone. And then maybe they get pissy at us or something, but ultimately the quest completes with nothing or something. Whereas it seems sort of weird that it gets left hanging, because I don't think there's anything we can do with that, is there? Because I don't want to turn them in, but... Which, surprisingly, that might be all we can do. I didn't realize, like, it'd be that little. Because obviously escapes, that's what it is. That's the game win. The purging one, oh wait, that's actually, I mean, that one, that takes an interesting turn now, doesn't it? Because she wanted us to, like, kill Norrell and that, which, I mean, I feel like they're absolutely our enemy. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I just want to slaughter through, like, the Taker village, you know what I mean? Like, the leadership, I sort of, I look at the citizen and the leadership separate, even though maybe that's being naive in this case, because, but, at least the citizenry, for the most part, you'd say, of the Takers compared to, say, the leadership. At worst, they've been rude to me. They haven't actually done anything against me, sort of thing, So, Yeah, but that's interesting. Kill El Hara is just, I guess, stuck. Like, it doesn't... That's another one, whereas I feel like, you know, along with turning in that spy, you should have been able to go El Hara and say, like, hey, someone named Nab want us to kill you, and, you know, obviously we're not gonna, but, you know, just want to let you know, and maybe that would complete the quest. Like, that just feels like it would make sense to me. But either way, so can't do any of that. Won't be killing those, because those are actually decent peoples. I'm also realizing it seems like a lot, like the majority of the quests in the game actually tie back to Kaz or the Takers in one way or another. Like starting from the beginning, like having the spy and like even though that was a quest for the Ascended, I mean the Awakened, it was, you know, take a spy, and the take a spy gave us a mission to kill El Hara, and yeah, a lot of this stuff. But yeah, the equipment one's a weird one that just stays open. Slay Trashkov's also, I mean, they're sort of, yeah, both end game things. And then there's that one, which again, I don't actually want to do because I don't want to help Kazk. So I guess we've actually covered the quests to my surprise. Well, let's do a save, I hopefully won't regret. Let's enter Kaz. I'm curious, because I guess we didn't make enemies? No? Okay, interesting. I thought we may do. I mean, I guess we only, you know, turned in a spy. Or a couple of spies, actually. I don't know, let's see if you have anything to say. Norel continues to maintain her calm. All of her guards watch you closely, eager for any excuse to impale you. What do you want, Shaper? I would like to I have been sent to kill you. I assume that would start quite the shitstorm, eh? I want to learn more about the Takers. I want to talk to you about what's happening on this island. Oh yes, so much I can tell you. So many secrets to share, but only with Takers, with allies of Takers. Yeah. There's not really much to go there. I mean, as sort of said, it's only if we want to sort of start a war here, isn't it? I don't really have any reason to do so, though. Oh wow, Norel's like nothing, eh? These guards are, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel a particular inclination towards it. You know, it would be interesting. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I'm enjoying sort of keeping. I mean, it's not the like I'm not hardcore role playing, obviously, but there's a general morality I'm following, I guess, more than anything. You know, whimsy can strike, and I can do what I want, but there's sort of a general morality that I'm not looking to just kill people unless they give me a damn good reason to do so. And yes, the Takers have given me some. But not so much that I want to just, you know, kill the shit out of everyone here, which I assume would be, like, the result if we actually started doing that. And quest-wise, I mean, we've got that quest, but it's also like, you know, I don't give a shit about those agents down there. You know, I didn't really care for them. I didn't really care for those quests, to be honest. Yeah, the dagger and that just sort of, I don't know, it ended up being anticlimactic, and yeah, I didn't really care about it, to be honest. I'm still glad I did it, you know, for the sake of, like, I'm glad I did the dagger thing just for the sake of completion, but, yeah, not really a big deal. No, I mean, just not a big thing, you know, it was just sort of, yeah, a bit anticlimactic in that. But yeah, strange enough then, despite having quite a list sitting here, I guess we don't have more to do. Which, honestly, like, I feel like getting so close to the end, it still surprises me. It feels like how few quests are actually in this game, overall. Like, I also wish we could see the completed quest list, but still, I imagine it would only be down here or something. Like, I don't feel like we've done a ton of quests, like... Anyway, that, yeah, it feels weird, just, like, I feel like there should be more I could do or something, but... I mean, technically, I could, just, you know... Although some of them not, like I said, there doesn't seem to be an alternative for this. Servile Origins, again, yeah, there doesn't seem to be an alternative, which I feel like this should be, like, it's, I don't know, like, I don't know, even if it was just like a choice to, like, keep him ourselves, or, actually, while we're here, let's at least speak with Toivo. Like, I don't want to give them the tablets, but let's see if there's some other option, like, maybe we can lie that they weren't there, and that'll complete the quest, or, hard to say, though. I'll have a look-see. Could be something. Oh, hello, Toivo. Toivo absently arranges scrolls on his shoulders as he speaks with you. What else do you want? Learning or help with the great work? I found the tablets in the South Workshop. Yeah. No other option, unfortunately. As I said, Kazga's like... They're basically our enemy. Just not an enemy I'm looking to wholesale slaughter until given a better reason. But I certainly don't want to help them with intelligence or anything like that. And, you know, turning in the spies, they're like an enemy, they're just not... I don't know, it's, I don't know a good way to put it. But yeah, I guess it's just like, they are my enemy, but I'm not one to strike first unless there's like a direct threat to myself or the homeland or I don't know, some shit like that. Not that we have much of a homeland, I'm not feeling too akin to Shapers right now, but, you know, there's that. But yeah, I guess we can head away from here. Maybe go to Pentil. I feel like it's been a minute since I've been to Pentil. How you guys doing? I mean, you got no Clackett, but you know, it's an alright place. Alright, well, looking at my notes here, I guess we cleared the quests, sort of. Double checked Kazg. So what are the big things left then? The guarded docks thing is probably, it's very minor and can't do anything when we get to the nutrient thingies. So I guess mainly in terms of things that can be done directly, we could look up the Ascended Alonso door as well as the Country Realm doors. Then we have the Goetch stuff, and then we also have the Spiky Orb. And then, after that, I assume it's pretty much heading that way, so... Yeah. Alright, just, give me 1 second here. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and look up regarding the door behind Ascended Alonso, and also the ones in Contray's Realm. And I didn't get, like, definitive answers, although I'm pretty, well... I hesitate to call them definitive, but it pretty much sounded like they're both basically doors added by Jeff to troll you. Because I found someone referencing that even in the original, that one in Contray's Realm couldn't be opened. And yes, it also sounds like the Ascended Alonso door is also one that can't be opened, so... That's probably similar to, well, there's been a couple of things like that, because you had one in, I think El Haraz Keep had that. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, like where you got this area that looks like there's more, but I'm pretty damn sure it's impossible to actually get there. There's a few things like that in, I think he always adds them into games, like a couple of them. Because yes, I remember I ran into one of those in Abaddon that was driving me crazy until I found out you couldn't open it, so... Yeah, unfortunately it looks like, because I've been wondering about the Ascended Alonso door forever, but... Yeah, I figured there was no real, like where to even start to try and look at it more, so I figure those were fine to look up. But yes, it doesn't sound like there's anything to be done there. Although, I think that may have only been one of the doors in Contray's Realm, the one on the east side of the map. I think the other one may have actually been able to be opened if we didn't let it, like, its mind die or whatever sort of thing. I think there was other ways to go about that, or at least another way. So that door's probably just not going to happen, but yeah, the other two, yeah, it definitely seems like, you know, they just can't be opened. I wasn't as certain about from what I read with the Ascended Alonso door, but I also couldn't find anyone actually saying it could be opened, so yeah, I mean, if you know otherwise, please let me know. Like, even if we, like, even after finishing the game entirely, I'm always happy to jump back and check things out if there's anything left open, but yeah. Sounds like we can't actually do anything with that at the moment. Now, we do have the guarded docks one. I think that's very minor, though. I probably won't worry about that right now. We'll see if we land some nutrients, because I'm guessing that it probably does something that's local to that area, but since we've already cleared the area, it won't actually do anything. So I don't think we'll go out of our way for that right now. Just keep it on the back. So I think what I'm actually going to do is call this part 1 of the finale, and we'll do a part 2, but we won't end yet. I think we're going to finish up part 1 with the Spiky Orb and finishing up the Shape of Crypt area. I think that'll be good, and that sort of will leave the part 2 of the finale as to do the Goetch side of things, and then this area, which I think, I don't know how long these are going to take together. It could be less than I expect. But I think that'll sort of be a good pairing to finish things off. I don't know how much is going to be going on here and stuff, so I think that'll be good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of weird calling it the finale, this one, even though I mean, because I was going to do it all together, but no, I think that would be good, because yeah, I don't know, I'm trying to justify it, but it was more just like, I got too much ahead of myself doing the thing. I mean, it still would have been fine to do, I think, but, yeah, anyway, hopefully you're alright with that. Don't expect a delay in this case, though, unlike the last one, which, goddamn. I'm gonna play, I will still be going here, I said, I want to do the spiky orb stuff, but, I will be recording the second part of this tomorrow, so, expect the actual finale, I guess you'd call it, the second part of the finale, within like 48 hours of the upload. You know, my uploads are always annoying, and there's the processing time, which the longer ones take longer, so, but yes, I will be absolutely recording it tomorrow. I'll manage to get sleep and be alert enough for it somehow. But yes, for now, it is up to the spiky orb, of which, not really sure how to go about that. It's probably just one I can look up, because I think it's just going to be too much. Because I was thinking, just like a couple days ago, I was like racking my brain on it, and I'm pretty damn sure the one that I can remember is the one that we got it. Because it was like a, like dead wooded area, well, like this color, but more white. I don't know if it was like, I remember the area, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that was, yeah, where we got the other one. So... yeah, I think I'm just gonna look that up. I don't think there's a better way to go about that. I've avoided the crap out of looking stuff up, because I really don't like to, but you know, the arbitrary just trying to search around, I think would get a bit crazy on that. So yeah, all right, let's do that then. Okay, so a couple of things about this I was not expecting, or I guess one thing you could say. So for one, I know where they both are now. One is the Western Wastes, which that is the one that that is the Western Wastes, yeah. Which I think we even popped in for. Yeah, this is what I was talking about when I was trying to poorly explain the dead trees and that. Yeah, so this is the one we have two of, I'm pretty sure. This was, because I was thinking, I could remember this area, I just couldn't remember like quite where it was on the map. But then I also sort of landed on the certainty in my head that this one that I was thinking of was in fact where we got them, so... yeah, but just, you know, refresher if you don't recall. And yes, the other one is apparently actually in Drake's Vale, where we visited just earlier, to my surprise. But the thing that I didn't realize, and I don't know this definitively, but this was in a guide website that had it, and it seemed to have like pretty good information and stuff. I only looked at this specifically, but one of the things it said is that the Thards may actually not spawn. So, oh, hello. I guess that's not any trouble for us. How you doing, buddy? Yes, but apparently they may not actually spawn. So, yeah, you can actually go through these areas without running into them. And you need to come back and, like, return potentially a few times to actually have them spawn. So, yeah, that may explain why. But yeah, this won't even be a... sorry, Gutty. I just kind of got to destroy the crap out of you. And there we go. Very nice. Yeah, so that was easy then. You can go in the junk bag for now. So what's the difference then? Odd spiky steel orb. They look exactly the same, actually. Okay, they read exactly the same too. That's a little concerning. I assume they must be different though. Like, I guess they look like exactly the same here, but I assume they must have a different ID number behind them, or... I'm quite certain about it wasn't, like, I did not get two of them from there, unless, like, I've completely rewritten some memories. That would be the only explanation on how I'd mix that up, so... I'm gonna assume that is what we wanted, and we are gonna head here. Right, how do we want to do this, actually? This place is such a pain in the ass. I think we'll just run as fast as we can, and hopefully not have to deal with stuff. Yeah, that'll be fine. I really wish you could turn them off, like, you know, like through fighting through and being able to destroy whatever's summoning them or whatever, but... hopefully we can sneak past without anything spawning. I'm hoping this is gonna work, otherwise... that would be very unfortunate. This was the one we hadn't done, I believe. Alright, are you gonna work? The little steel ball doesn't fit. Are you kidding me? Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, well, let's put that one away. Um, okay, I might have to do some more research. Okay. Let's do a reload then. Yes, I'm being lazy on that one. I don't want to fight back through them. I'm just being, yeah, honesty there. Just I can't be bothered. We've fought enough of those guys, I think. I guess we'll check over here. But if this one's different, that'll like break my brain because I do not remember at all going up, getting it from the snow area, whereas this is very familiar. Because I was surprised about the fact that like it respawned, which confused me. Though I'm not sure how it works, because that one was like, just sort of came at us. So I don't know if we have to leave and come back or... But that's... I mean, that's really weird, right? I mean, I guess it's possible that whatever I read online was, like, correct about, like, 2 different spots you could get them, but not the other one. Is possible, I guess. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I guess we'll pop in and out, or... I mean... Okay, very, very confused. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with that. I guess we can just try and kill this one again, just to, like, triple check. But that's really strange. Might be better if I just look it up. Because, I mean, I was looking this up anyway, so... That's a little surprising. Okay. You gonna spawn or anything? I don't know if you have to, like, they just spawn, like, if you have to actually leave the area or not, or... Okay. Alright, let's jump back to Pentil for a minute, I guess, then. Yeah, I guess I'll see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I looked into it a bit more, and I'm actually more confused now. So the thing is that there's 2 of them, and they aren't the same. One is a spiky steel orb, as we have. The other is a spiky silver orb. But we just got the steel one from Drake's Vale, and I'm like... it's really going to mindfuck me if I got those from Drake's Vale. Like, because I remember that place. Like, I remember that. Like, I described it very poorly. But before we'd even come back here, I described the, you know, ground and dead tree sort of thing. So, like, it's in my, yeah. Like, I can't... I mean, I trust my own memory most of the time. I'm just very confused by this because it made it sound... like, because everything says that you get one here and one in Drake's Vale. I also read about someone saying that they don't highlight like that, so if it's on the ground, I don't know if how that works. Like, like if you kill something, does the loot stay on the ground when you reload? I'm not actually sure on that. But I guess we just have to try and get one to spawn here. I believe they do just keep respawning. It's just they don't always spawn, so... I mean, like I said, I trust my memory on this. I'm quite certain we got them from here. But I feel like I just need to confirm right now because I don't know what else to do. Like, it's very strange. Because, yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible that they can actually both drop both, or... Maybe the game's programmed in such a way that it depends, like which drops which, or... I just don't know. I also don't know how their spawning works. I mean, I would assume it's like there, but... little concerning. Because it's honestly... It seemed like by all accounts that the Drake's Vale one should have been the silver one. But... yeah. I don't know, I guess let's pop back Drake's Vale. See if it spawns again. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a chance we're just not going to be able to do this, I guess, but... I would like to figure it out. Where you at, Thard? I mean, I guess they don't always spawn. Oh, yeah, we got one. Alright. Good. This'll help. I guess we'll see. And, okay, drop something. Steel. Okay. I mean, that's alright. I mean, on a positive, we came in this area again and it did in fact spawn and drop another one, so we should absolutely be able to get the same to happen here. I just don't know, like, I don't know. I guess I'll just hang around here and try and figure this out, like, so that I'm not just recording myself walking in circles, because that one seemed to spawn away from its area down below, so I guess I'll just wander a little and then reset, I guess. I don't know. I'll hopefully figure it out and catch up with you in just a minute. Okay, so a couple of quick updates here. First off, not having any luck getting it to spawn. But so I believe I have actually confirmed that the silver orb does in fact drop here. So I'm a little confused on that. So I've been trying to reconcile my memory on that. And so the best that I can figure is that, because the thing is, I specifically remembered this area in the Thard because it was strange, and I remembered how it was really weak, and just remembered the fact that it spawned twice. That like just stuck with me because it was a strange occurrence. But I'm thinking now that it must have been that that happened, but we didn't actually get the spiky orb from here. And in fact, I'd got them up there and just don't remember. So, I mean, that's the best I can figure out, because I don't know. I said, it was like I said, I'd remembered this place before. This is what I'd remembered, and remember the Thard. But I don't know if I jumbled those memories up to a degree, such as like, I remembered everything here, but then because there was those weak Thards, I'd thought that we got the spiky balls from here rather than the other one. But even that doesn't sit well with me. I mean, I guess my memory can be that bad. I didn't remember getting, like, I feel like I would have remembered getting 2 from Drake's Vale, but probably not. I mean, I guess it was a while ago. Although, yeah, I don't know. It's really the best I can reconcile in my head at the moment. Because I don't know. I could have swore we got him here though, like, I don't really have an explanation. Because we've only got steel ones, but yeah. Seems to be that the silver one does drop here, so I guess, yeah, I'll keep popping in and out and try and figure this out. Okay, yeah, I think I just mixed up the memory of that somehow. Because I did confirm, I checked my video on Drake's Vale, because it was part 40, which was in May, which was a while back now. But yeah, I did in fact get the steel orb from Drake's Vale there, and it was very casual, which is I think why I didn't think much of it. Like, literally that Thard popped up at the top when we entered in, and I just thought it was strange, and I killed it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's odd, I'll grab that, but I put it straight into my junk bag, and that was that. What I'm confused on though is why, because again, my memory of this place was more vivid, and it was specifically because the respawn was strange. But I don't know at what point I somehow crossed over that I got the spiky orbs from here. Or if, like, I honestly don't know how that happened. Just, especially, it probably didn't help, however that crossed over in my head. The fact that there was that double spawn here and 2 of them. So I don't know if just somehow because I got it from that weak Thard and we had this, at some point that crossed over in my mind, or... Yeah, very, very strange. So it was like my memory was correct. It was just because that, like... Well... This one was correct, because it wasn't like, I wasn't like a vivid memory of the spiky balls here. It was more like everything, this area, the double spawn, the weak Thard and all that. So I don't know if it was just at some point because I learned that those drop them, and because it happened so casually in Drake's Vale that I didn't really think much of it, I must have thought it was here, like, and that sort of crossed over, or... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I genuinely wanted to figure that out, because, like, I was clear on my memory on, like, this part of it, so it's like, Jesus, if I really, like, somehow... Yeah. So that's you know, not bad. I can explain that at least. But, so, it does sound like I just need to sort of keep walking in and out of here until something spawns. Though it is further strange that apparently I did kill 2 here without getting... Oh, there it is. God damn it. I was on the ground. I can't believe that. Oh my god. So yeah, it was sitting there from when we last killed it then. Ah, that's unbelievable. That was so long ago. Because Drake's Veil was part 40. This was way before. I'm pretty sure. This is only here. Oh my god, I cannot even believe that. I cannot believe that. Which is, the irony too, and the fact that, like, I was originally, like I said, I remembered that there was one place with a Thar, but I wasn't sure if, like, I had got him there, but then I guess that was twisted in my head to around, we did get it from here. Because I couldn't remember the other place. When in fact, if I'd actually just come here and checked, we would have had it. Ah, I can't even believe that. On a plus side, we have it. So we're good. Okay, boom, boom, let's go. Oh, I cannot even believe it. There better be something here. There's probably like nothing. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I'll take a canvas. I mean, I don't even know what to expect, actually. Like, really, I don't know what we, Oh, come on. It was good last time. I really don't like the constructs. They're really annoying, you know? I mean... Alright, I'm just gonna walk ahead and get these to come down or something. Yeah, something like that. I really don't want to deal with them. They're a pain. Like, it was alright killing, like, we've done it just a bunch of times, you know? That's why they feel just a little bit much. I mean, can smack them away pretty easy, but... Still. They just keep coming. Alright, let's try and mix this up. I mean, because, yeah. I want to be able to just explore this, you know? It's like, I don't have to worry about them so much. So we're going to do that. Hopefully this will work out well enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, let's get them around the corner more. Oh, you're probably going to get hammered, unfortunately, though. Alright, you help out. Can I do some sort of crazy air shock from here? Yeah, that didn't seem very realistic. Alright, oh, that's a lot of damage. Go that way. Oh shit, I didn't mean to actually do that. Alright, you're coming then. I didn't actually want one of them to get killed, but I know I should just deal with them. Like, I'm probably just being like a bitch about it. I just feel like I've killed so many of these guys. Like, so many of them. Like, I wouldn't care if it was... I mean, I just mean these constructs literally from this area. Like, it just feels like such senseless combat that's ultimately time-consuming and not really doing anything, you know? I don't want you to get killed, though. That was... Okay. Sorry, buddy. I forgot that it just moves you even though it can't do the spell. So that wasn't ideal. Alright, come on, guy. Come on. Alright. I guess, let's buff up. That's probably smart. Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep going up this way if we can get in here without them coming around the corner and hammering on the orc. Alright, I mean, we have to fight them, you know. I'm just trying to avoid them if I can. Because I feel like this is just... You know, I just want to peacefully explore it, but they're just going to keep piling. Like, even if we kill these ones, more will come, so... That was why I was happy that first time, when we actually got to here without any of them spawning, so... I was tempted to just do a reload, but... I don't know, I didn't really want to do that. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Why you gotta block it up, orc? That's fine, only 1 AP wasted. Alright, let's get up here. Alright, for better or worse, I'm gonna quick save right there, and we're gonna open this up. There we go. The little spiky ball of silver is a perfect fit. With a humming sound, it fuses itself into the hole. Now let me in. Oh, baby. Wait, what? What? Really? I thought this was gonna be like a room. Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that in the slightest. Achievement unlocked, the inner crypt. You enter the inner crypt. The construction here is a bit shoddy. The workers were in a hurry. Some corners are unfinished and poor workmanship has resulted in some crumbled bits. The air is icy cold and low angry growls echo throughout the hallway. Long dormant guardians are coming to life. There are no signs that any grave robber before you has come this far. All of its defenses are at full strength waiting for you. Oh, lovely. Just what we wanted. Okay. Let's walk up here. I guess we have a whole area to explore. I wasn't expecting this. Like, at all. I thought it was just gonna be a room. Okay. Are we gonna be dealing with constructs again? I'm up for a good fight. The constructs are depressing, man. Even if they just gave like just the tiniest bit of EXP, you know, it would do it for me. Still, this is unexpected to say the least. Okay, nothing really going on so far. Oh, we have my favorites. How I love pylons. God damn you. I hate pylons. Oh, and we're too close to them. God damn it. Alright, get in there, guys. Smack it up. Oh my. Really? Ah, pylons. Why you gotta do me like that? Alright, get in there and... Ah, shit, I should have... Since we're entering a new area, I should have actually, got, who do we lose? Oh, Addition, yeah, should have got Addition back. Alright, well, you guys do that. I'm gonna stay at a nice safe distance and air shock the shit out of them. Yes, I'm aware of that, but if you could do that, please. Oh, right, no, air shock's not great, is it? Orc, you just stay there, buddy, you'll get hammered. Hopefully they'll... alright. Ooh. Oh, come on! This is why I hate the pylons. Like, it's such bullshit that they get double attacks. Like, we don't get that. I mean, unless we're hasted, but still. Alright, this might be a multi... Yeah. Yeah, that felt like it was bound to happen, unfortunately. Alright, sorry guys. Okay, I think we want to do like last time. I think we're gonna go at it solo. Onk, I'll get you back later. Oh man, that sounds so rough. I think we're gonna just go there ourselves and see how this goes. Because I think we can air shock them from a distance, and it's better. Otherwise it's just, you know, there's not really a good way to go about dealing with them. You sort of just got to brute force through. I don't know if there's like a method that I'm unfamiliar with that would be better, but I think we can avoid getting hit from here. Or I think if we do like, I don't know, I think if it's like that, could we hit them? I think this does damage, right? Why can I not do that? Oh, looks like it did. So if we just hit there, or there. Okay. And another one. Okay, that looks like it's doing good damage. Not the easiest method, slightly awkward, but I feel like it's still better than just having like the team sort of getting knocked down so much. Good, almost there. Okay, that should be about it, right? Oop, there we go. 10 XP each, I'll take it. Because, yeah, we haven't gained much XP. I don't think there's much chance of us hitting level 20 at all. Even 19 is going to be a stretch, I reckon. Alright, well that wasn't bad. We didn't actually burn through too much energy to do that, so... I think that's probably the way we're going to have to do it. Is there just going to be a ton of them? Like, is this... Why do I feel like... I don't trust this area at all. I feel like it's just a death trap. There better be some reward here. Otherwise, that'll be unfortunate. Okay. They're just everywhere, aren't they? I mean... Is this safe distance? Like, I feel like this is a safe distance, right? Can I just keep doing that from here? What's the actual shortcut for this? Right, okay, that's easier. I can just do this. Okay, that'll work. And yeah, so I think they heal a little bit every time, don't they? Like, because they can't reach us or something. That's something we ran into in the early game, but I guess we can do enough damage to overpower that, so it's not too bad. Also, just a random thought here, because I was thinking back to the spawners, like, they really seem to, like, be such a big thing at the start of the game, then it sort of tapered off, like, I don't really know why that was. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let's keep walking. And of course there's more. Of course there is. How many of these is there gonna be? I mean, we can handle them safely, fortunately. But, alright, what's the... Out there, maybe? One more. Alright, let's, repeat, I guess. I mean, it is safe, so it's really just a matter of time, but... Hopefully there is, like, you know... I mean, even, I'm not even looking for valuables, like, give me some lore or something, you know? I just hope that there's, like, you know, some reason this is actually going to be worth going through, you know? Because I think that's the thing with the pillars, they just sort of become a little bit tedious. Because it's not difficult to deal with them without, like our team can handle them fine, but they just get sacrificed in the process. And yeah, I don't know. Oh. Okay, we do have actual enemies here. Okay, ooh, alright. Might need to get a summon going, but... Well... Can I air shock you from there? No. What's the best attack we actually have? Probably the acid, right? Because that helps. Okay. Ooh, there's a few of them there, isn't there? I don't know if I should run. Is that gonna be... Oh, I should have used days, shouldn't I? Although I did just knock down their health pretty nicely. Oh, and I'm in his range, so I can't. Ah, crap. Alright, I'm gonna try days there. Hopefully... Oh, that wasn't good. The misses are helping. A lot. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do that. Oh, that was satisfying. Let's do that. And go for that. Very nice. Alright, we can, apparently we can handle things okay on our own. Let's do that. Let's just get one of you guys in the mix. Because we have enough essence to do that right now. Yes. Just in case. That way he can sort of tank and we can do stuff like that. I think that'll be good. And they were legit ones, so hopefully this place isn't going to have constructs or shades or any other weird shit. What do you do? Hissing noise, spores are off, good. Or it knocked them out, so that's good. As you advance, the cold fades, replaced by sweltering heat. There is a great power here. It makes your nerves vibrate. The air grows thick. Every step towards is harder than the one before. The real danger of Danette's resting place is still lurking in the passage ahead. Oh, battle betas. Alright. Might want to step back a little. Because if we're going to be dealing with... What's our essence at? Alright, let's get another one of you guys back. I mean, we may as well, right? Because we can still keep them back and do air shocks anyway. I just wanted to have the... as much essence as possible. But we do have a bunch of them as well if we want to use them, so that's fine. This looks like a... Oh. Oh, please don't tell me you're a construct. You are not. Okay. Get to it then, guys. Smacky time. Good. Can you do like a nice hit to there? Alright. I don't actually want to... I don't want to knock back, because I want to be able to do that. It's just so satisfying using air shock. I'd love to play, like... I could honestly see myself really enjoying a solo play based on magic just because of the fact air shock exists. Even though you get it late game, it's just... Seems like you could do some crazy damage. Although in general, I feel like a solo magic build would be pretty fun because... Like, we can already do some pretty good damage, and I imagine it gets pretty awesome if you focus on it. Because imagine how much, like... I don't know what these cap out at, actually. Because, I mean, that's up to 14, so... if it's possible to do like that many more into spellcraft and you get 3% each, cool man, you'd be doing some insane damage. And that was wasteful, but sure, why not? Yeah, I don't know where these guys have come from, but whatever. Good. I guess I'll do this. We do need to deal with them, so that's fine. Okay, apparently that guy's just running away. Can you do that? No? You can just hang there for a minute then. I'll deal with this. Still got plenty of essence, and that was a nice hit actually. Oops. Goodbye. Good job, guys. Very good. Yeah, so now we just skip through their turns and they'll be fine. Skip, skip? Yeah. I think 2 of them's alright. I mean, they're pretty tough bastards, honestly. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if it would even be better, like, having 3 so we could have more essence. Although, to be fair, even 4 we have 80 spare now, so it's pretty good, actually. And 1 more. Maybe. Oh, nice. That was convenient. Very good. Let's get a save down. Yeah, so where the hell did those guys come from, actually? Did they break out of them or something? I just realized that's all dead ends, so... Not actually sure what's up with that. Alright, where's safe to do these ones? Skip, skip. Can we get them both from... somewhere? Yeah, I need to move up a tad more. What about there? That looks pretty good. Alright, nice. Alright, space, space, F8 click. Space, space, space. That was something. F8 click. Very good. Space, space, F8 click. And a space, space, F8 click. 1 more. Dun 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 da boom. And very good. I am appreciating that we're getting EXP from the pylons, so I actually don't mind that. But on the other hand, we need like 1100 for the next level, so I don't really want to have to kill that many pylons. I'll take some crystals though, why not? Alright, what do we got going down here? Oh, hello guys. Okay, we've got some crypts and stuff, alright. Interesting. Get some smack time going. How you doing? Okay, ooh, I just gotta blast them. Can't help it. Just seems like the thing to do. Oh yeah, how satisfying is that? I just don't hopefully won't get killed in the process. And 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 3. Oh, very little XP, but I'll take it. Anything helps. It would be nice to hit 19 if we can. So it's pretty, doesn't have a lot of meaning at this point. You studied the book inside the sarcophagus. The magical techniques within are unique and interesting. However, you're already training in this field. Oh, okay. Really? Another place with these kind of things? Okay. Interesting, unexpected. Assume that did something helpful. Oh, I see you there. Use, anyway. How you doing? Okay. I guess you're well. Guess we'll go this way. This is quite a big area, considering I was expecting us to find a room originally. But you know, this works too. Oh, alright. Haven't found many of them lately. Oh, I see. Just taunting me with it now? I'll take it anyway. Why not? Actually, let's use one of them. There we go. I didn't use it before because I thought we were only giving me that little room, but yeah, I should have actually, yeah, underestimated these things. There's probably a whole bunch of places I should have used them. How you doing, guys? 270, eh? Alright. That's a fair smack. Yeah, let's buff up, actually. We've got plenty of, resources. Oh, nice, okay. You can have some acid. Delicious. Very good. And a miss. Even better. Oh, what? Hit chance 11. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess these are level 23, so these are just completely outclassing, aren't they? It's kind of crazy. Nice. 1 EXP. Very good. Yeah, eat a javelin, I guess. Or a trident, lance, something. Maybe even eat some acid. Delicious. Probably unnecessary. I think these guys can pretty much handle it, eh? I can't believe there was only 11% hit chance like that. It's crazy. Alright, that's easy done there. Let's check these out. Alright, got some equipment. Don't know if I should be looting these, but apparently we are. It's fine, I'm sure. Cool, cool. Check these, probably just trash. Oh, some little bit of cash money. Alright. What else we got going on around here? Let me guess, pylons? You gonna throw some more at me? Seems like this is the area. Whenever there's this type of hallway, I'm like, oh my. Well, you guys are... Oh, Karada's Guardian. Okay, well, you guys... Oh, and... Alright. Probably shouldn't underestimate this situation. Yeah. How do I want to do this? I don't... Because jumping in here with these is like... We need to lead them out, I think. Alright, let's do that. Yeah. Let's do that. I want to hit them with... I want to blast them so bad, but... That's not the smart move. Alright. There we go. Oh, that was a strange look. Alright, level 18. I mean, yeah. These guys are definitely no joke, honestly. But if they can tank and get a couple hastes in, that would be good. And we can air shock the shit out of them. Oh, man. Like, it's just so good, man. It's so satisfying being able to hit, like, over 100 on multiple of them. Like, we said, like, if you were getting 3% each on these, and you had this get, like, if you could get that to, like, 15 to 20 or something, if you really focused on it. Although I guess there's them as, well, actually, yeah. That's 8%. Oh, wait, yeah, so you'd be... Oh, my God. What kind of damage could you do? That'd be insane. Like, wouldn't you'd be able to hit, like 200 plus on each, wouldn't you? Like, you'd be able to get some absurd damage if you stack them. Oh, man, that would add... Actually, yeah, 8%. I didn't realize 8% per. That's actually nuts. Man, that could be a really fun way to play, eh? Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, very good. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Can you still do that? Yes, I think you can. Good, good, good. Oh, another smack in you. Even better. And a little blast from us. Oh, look at that. So satisfying. What did you drop? Oh, alright, nice. Oh, and I have another one. Alright, well, you know what? I haven't used these in a while. And I missed. Okay. That was not worth it. Is that all 4 of them? Maybe. 20 XP each. I'll take it. And those are nice, actually. Anyone else? Anyone else home? Okay. I'll handle these. You guys don't need to worry about that. Didn't mean to do that, but... This is a safe spot. Looks pretty safe. Alright. The pattern repeats. Space pace, F8 click. Good. Okay, we are in a safe spot. Yeah, it seems like air shock is basically built for these, eh? Very nice, very nice. And 3 more maybe. 1, 2. Ooh, nice crit. It looks like we failed on 1, and there is something creeping up behind us. What do you think you're doing? Oh, touche. Touche. I think you guys can handle that. Ooh, that was a nice one. Almost. And we will do that. Perfect. You guys are taking a bit of a beating there. I'm sure you can handle it though. Alright, let's oh wait, am I... Oh right, yeah, okay, energy's down a bit. Maybe we can... There we go. Alright, that made up for the miss. Alright, very good. What? I think I may have misclicked. Oh, grounding vest. I thought that looked unique on the ground. Apparently it's not our turn. Can you, go handle that, please? Good stuff. Sure, now I'll grab it. Why not? I guess... Oh, hello. Can we... I mean... Alright, let's buff up, I suppose. Probably gonna need to do a heal, too. These are probably only level... Yeah, that's fine. Don't think there's too much of a concern there. Let's get you... Can you hit that one? Ah, crap. I always forget it cancels when it does that. I wish it didn't. Ah. Alright, what are your health at? 1-8. Okay, that's fine. I think we can do one of them. I'll heal on the next if we need it. Oh, alright. If you insist. Very nice. And a smack. And a cleave. Gotta love the cleave. Cleave is really nice. Ah, damn it. Well, it did enough damage anyway. Boom. There we go. Let's heal you two up. These two are doing really well. That looks treacherous. I'll leave the lava to someone else. And trash. Alright. Oh, that connects up. Okay. So we got... Alright, we got a couple ways to go here. Let's go see what's going on here. Any more pylons? Nope, we're good. Let's check these. Oh, cash money. Hello. Oh, more cash money. Alright. Oh, right. So is this Karada's actual thing? Because sort of seemed like it might be. I mean, they were the Karada's guardians, but I don't know if maybe that... I don't know. Wow, alright. That's interesting. Wow, yeah. I mean, that's better. We lose off the 5% chance to evade attacks, but it adds, like, all sorts of other stuff, doesn't it? Okay, oh, you're going in the junk bag. Nice. Yeah, really nice. Okay. Not sure if that was something I should take, but again, we are, apparently. The Obelisk read, Tomb of Karada. We mourn his loss, and we have placed here in sad memory what was left of his physical form. Well, I'm not going to take anything more than the shield, and I'll put it to good use. So I will. Don't worry about it. Promise. Okay. Oh. Dunnet Shade. Oh my god. Okay, so I thought we already met Dunnet Shade. Am I mixing up who we met? I could have swore we did. Like, I'm pretty damn sure we've already met Dunnet Shade. Let's go down here first, I guess. Because that is quite the interesting room we have there. And it looks like the Shade is also hostile to us, so I'm not sure if that's going to work out very well for us. But I'm pretty damn sure we talked to Dunnet Shade, didn't we? Like in the mines or somewhere. It was either there or there. My memory's terrible. But I mean, it was Dunnet, right? Unless, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Correct me if you recall. Strange though. And seriously, where are these guys coming from? Because they're legit ones. They're not like constructs. But I have no idea where they're coming from. It's really weird. I guess they just spawning, or I don't know. It's you never know the rules of this game, you know. It's like it's sort of like where we were before with at the Spirit City. It was like that one place in the game where not stealing, but literally just opening a chest would actually result in them going after you, so turning red and becoming enemies. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, oh, 10 XP, really? Really? What level was that Drake? I thought we'd only be getting like 1 XP from them things. What level are you? 16. Interesting. Making me curious though, because these are legit, like... Because if they keep spawning, that's potential EXP farming. Though I somehow doubt they would just keep spawning. They could just be coming out of them or something, or they could be limited and then they start, like... Because I think that's what happened at another place, like where it's been... They come out normal until a certain point, then it starts sending out the constructs or whatever. Same again. That's unfortunate. Alright, we've got U's up there. Let's take a look this way. Hopefully we're done with the pylons. That would be good. Oh yeah, let's break some of these. Very nice. Oh, of course you are. Alright, let's grab some shit. I think that's good. Don't know if we need anything more there, but that's fine. Good to get some essence back. Alright, what do we got going on here? Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's fine. Let's smack you that way. And that makes for a nice air shock spot. If I walk up a little anyway. Very good. Alright, looks like that must wrap up around to there. Wow, that took a lot of damage. Very nice. I wasn't paying attention to it. It must have been a critical. Go smack that one. Good. And I reckon we can finish with that. Oh, that is satisfying. So good. Nothing too fancy there. You know what? Walk to me. I'm not in the mood. I'm just being lazy. Oh, ouch. Really terrified? Come on. Where's that? That's not good. Alright, smack you away from that then. How many turns? Oh shit. Alright, that's super awkward actually. That could actually result in our death very quickly. Oh, so Terrify resisted. Oh, okay. I didn't realize their hits could do that. Oh crap, when did we last quick save? Oh, that is so not good. Okay, okay, we're good, we're good. Somewhat. Alright, smack. Smack. Ooh, nice cleave. I feel like I got a heal, right? I don't think there's a... I prefer to buff or something, but I think that's the smartest move. Alright, that should be good now. That was a close call, actually. It was a... Yeah, I didn't play that very smart. That helped, though. Very nice. There we go. I probably did quick save recently, but I don't trust myself. Sometimes I quick save, like, way too often. Other times I forget about it. Interesting. Not something we can use, though. Alright, we checked that already. Alright. Quick save it up. See what's going on this way. Oh, that connects up there. Okay. And they all came from here. Some cash, some rods. Alright. Let's continue this way, then. Okay. Hello. Ouch. Ouch. What are you? Daphniel's guardian. Oh, was it maybe Daphniel that we spoke to then? Rather than Danette? Because I could definitely see myself mixing those up. As for this situation, awkward. Wow, you're no joke. Alright, I think we want to step back. Yeah. No, fuck. Oh. Yeah, no, we're dead. Ah? Yeah, okay. Okay, I thought that I had a turn there. That's too bad. Okay, well, at least we know what's going on there. Yeah, that was, I don't know what happened there, because shouldn't have I had a turn after those two? That's how the order had been going, that's why I was, yeah, I just moved back, because I thought that was fine. Alright. Let's grab those again. Is this something I want to use? No. Okay. It's all good. Right, so how do we want to do this? I think we'll buff. We'll go to there. Something like that. I don't know if we can get hit there. Hopefully not. What about... Oh, come on. What about there? Really? I can't? What is that? Is that gonna... I don't know if I actually hit anything just then. Okay, I'm gonna go... one more. Might regret that. Yes, okay, good. Feel like I'm gonna get hammered though. Really? Am I... Really? Okay, this... Okay, there... Yeah, I thought I was going to get hit. Thinking that's starting to feel a bit cheaty. It's fine, though. That doesn't seem to be able to hit me. Well, I wish you'd come closer, though. Alright, let's try that again. Hopefully I don't die. Oh, nice. Haste. Totally forgot that existed. Just for... Oh. Okay, that's okay. As long as a pylon can't hit me. I can do a heal. Yeah. Wait, hey, what was that? Why are you healing? What is this? That's not cool. You're not meant to be healing. Oh, what was that? Wait, does that have a heal ability it's using on the pylons? Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. Please haste. Because that would finish it up for us. Oh! Oh, what? Come on, I evade, then you get a double turn? What is this? I feel like he's cheating a bit. Just me? I guess they do... no, because there was only one a turn. I guess maybe it's got haste. I guess that would make sense. Oh, you crapping? Really? So close. Alright, time to go bye-bye, please. Please and thank you. Although I don't know if I want to be, like, I mean, killing... I don't know, like, because Daphne Elden, I mean, they're... I don't know, they're all important figures, I just... I don't know, we seem to be killing a lot of things relating to them and taking things and... that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Sure. Alright, let's do that. Just exit combat for just a second here. Let's do that. Let's buff up again. You can go there. You can probably get hit from there, actually. Well, we need to deal with this. Hopefully it's a safe enough spot. No, it's not. I actually want... Oh no, you bitch. That exit combat by itself, by the way, just then. Which was not cool. Alright, you guys actually get involved. I think you'll be okay. I should only need to... Well, it might be okay. I think that's safe for me to stand. Oh, almost. Almost. I think they'll be okay. I just reset combat again. And it got an extra turn because of it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, come on. I thought you were going to survive. Ah, sorry, my guy. I really did think you were going to survive that. Alright, let's eat one of those and we'll get you back. And... Good. Alright. Whoops, I just put that in the junk bag. An iron sword, shoes, blade token. Oh, charm, another charm. That's cool. Oh, 5% creation physical armor. I mean, that's, yeah. That's worth having. Okay, cool. Better check this. The obelisk read, Tomb of Daphniel, teacher, facilitator. His guidance and protection made all possible. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if... I don't remember everything we've sort of... I mean, I remember most of it, but like... I guess some of it's been hard to try and tell if these were necessarily good people or like, you know. Like, I don't know how bad I should be feeling about invading their tombs. But, you know. These things happen. Right. Well, might eat another one of them. Let's just try and poke our head around here. Level 20. Ooh, wow. Oh, wait, oh, no, yeah, no, they're hostile. Crypt Guardian. I mean... Yeah, it must have been Daphniel's shade I was thinking of, wasn't it? But I really do think it was Danette. Although, because it wasn't actually her shade though, was it? I mean, it was, but like... Maybe this is... Maybe it was Danette and this is actually more like that other one in the Spirit City. Danette actually, like, properly making herself into a shade, or... I guess we can only walk in and... Oh. Okay. Is that... Okay, that was a little bit strange. Alright, let's just walk in. Hi. Oh, there is a shade waiting for you in this hall. It is an essence construct of a shaper long dead. When you get close, she looks up to you. This is the crypt of Jeanette. She returned here to be buried at the site of her great achievement. Welcome, mourner. We await news. I'd like to know more about Jeanette. I am only a construct. I have limited capabilities. Someday you will learn about Jeanette's great work from historians. News? Jeanette wanted to be on Susha Island when the island was unbarred. If she could only be present for the awakening of the Geneforge in death, that was what she would take. Is Susha Island still barred? And if it is? The shade doesn't seem to hear the question. She repeats, is Susha Island still barred? I don't, I don't know, because I feel like saying it's still barred might immediately turn hostile just because of, like, that would mean that we're an invader or intruder or some shit. Let's go with the lie. I mean, we've already invaded the tomb. We're pretty in questionable territory already. You would think that you were capable of fooling a simple magical construct. Jeanette's final creation is far more cunning than you expected. No, I sense it. You lie. You are not a true shaper come to bring glory to Jeanette. You are a grave robber. You will not share in her glory. You can't be trusted with the Geneforge. You must be removed. To be fair, they're not exactly wrong about the whole grave robbing, so... Unfortunate, but... I think that's the way things are going to go, and I don't know if I'm going to regret actually setting this fight up the way I have. Okay. Might be destroying a historical person of importance to a degree here. Definitely getting into weird territory, but apparently that's the way we're going. Although I may get killed, so I guess we'll see. We should buff up. Yeah, I guess we want to focus on getting these down first. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Good. Yeah, focus on that one. Get the cleaves. Good. Yeah, let's just blast. I mean, this is all we can do. As I said, I don't know what kind of legacy we'll be leaving this place with. We're at least trying not to kill innocent people, and, you know, we help where we can, and, you know... I've tried to avoid killing for the most part, you know. I mean, this is sort of a weird situation, but... It wasn't exactly what I was aiming for, but... You know, I chose to lie, so I can't exactly, you know... You know, I said, I chose to lie. It is what it is. Got to face the consequences, so... You know, that's fine. Did you just get acided? Oh, you did. That's kind of nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's give you a heal. You started to think you were making progress fighting Jeanette Shade. Alas, this bit of clockwork trickery by a master shaper still has some surprises. It pulses with bright light, drawing on stores of essence within it. Then it draws energy out of you, leaving you weak and shaken. Revived, the creature doubles its attack. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I don't know what it actually did to me. Slowed and rack, I assume. Alright. Get to smacking. 4 canisters, though. That's, So I wonder if maybe they would have allowed us access to this, perhaps, if we didn't lie, or... Do I feel like it could have gone wrong either way, because it's like, oh, if it's still barred, then... Because it could have been like, oh, we are not following the true will of the Shapers because you've come to a barred land or something, you know what I mean? So... That may not have worked out anyway. I think we just go for an air shock. Oops. Air shock? Ooh. Oh, hello. That's not ideal. How, terrible. You're not that strong. You know what? You do that. And then you can smack. Some haste would be lovely. Nope. Alright. Yeah, I don't like the idea of leaving a Terror of Lish out, so... Oh my, cockatrice, really? That's an unexpected one. Not very strong though, so... I think we're all good here. And if I can air shock to finish, that'll be satisfying, despite the questionable activity we're involved with here. Oh, not quite, okay. Oh wait, there's more. There's more. Once again, Danette's creation tries to draw your energy. This time you're prepared. You draw forth your remaining essence and form a shield, deflecting the construct's assault. You look for signs of fear or hesitation in the construct. There are none. It is a mindless thing made to memorialize its creator and kill you. Indeed. Danette was, for all their flaws, one of the greatest shapers. This mighty shade was a remarkable creation, a work of art. It is a shame to destroy it, yet it was necessary. Your blade cleaves through it. With a piercing shriek, Danette's final creation is destroyed. Yeah, I don't know how bad I should feel about that. I mean, I feel like it wasn't a first choice, but... yeah. Oh wow, that's quite a belt, isn't it? We lose one creation agility, but... the rest of the benefits to us is probably worth it. Because, I mean... intellect, that's like a 10% bonus on spells. Yeah, alright. I mean, we've pretty much taken on the mantle of grave robbing at this point, unfortunately. I mean, our morals have always been questionable. It's more been about whatever we feel like doing, which is usually avoiding killing innocents and, you know, letting people make the first move, but ultimately sort of just... yeah, there's still been some questionable stuff. Well, yeah, I don't know. I feel mixed on this situation, because yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Alright, let's see what's going on here. An infused robe. We've had a few of those, actually. You know what? Let's, why don't we leave the robe? We can do at least that much. If we can find it. Just through our 750 million items. Oh, wait. Right. Ah. Sorry. God damn it. I'm not good at this stuff. Alright, let's see what we get for the potential shit we've done. Oh my god, really? An Essence Mastery canister? Oh, you're making it hard for me to regret my actions. Really hard. Intellect? Agility? And strength. Oh my god, boom. That's some upgrades, isn't it? And wow, we're actually, a lot more through the level than I was expecting. I mean, still, it's taken a lot to even get that far through this level in terms of time, but... yeah. Well, it looks like we've finished our grave robbing, because I don't think we can call this anything but that. Certainly makes up for all the shit we had to deal with in the other area, but... yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much of a force of good we've been on Susha. Like, it feels like there's been... history destroyed in plus stuff, which isn't really what I would aim for usually. But most of it has been like, you know, they've aggressed and we've defended ourselves. But then again, in that case, as I said, I chose to go with the lie, so, you know, that's on me there. But I also do feel like it probably wouldn't have worked out the other way either, because, yeah. But we did green that up, which is definitely satisfying. But yeah, I imagine if you said it was still barred, they would have been like, yeah, you're not a true shaper because of entering a barred island and all that stuff. You must be an invader or something, like... so I feel like that could have been a bit of a trick question, but still did go for the lie, so I feel like I have to face the consequences of that. Oh, man, yeah, that Shaper Crypt has been a bit of a long time coming, so that was very satisfying to get done, actually. Yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for part 1 of the finale. That ended up taking way longer than expected. I couldn't believe that. I really thought it was just going to be like a room with something, not a whole area, so... that was good. I imagine that must leave us only with these 2 places left that aren't green. I don't assume we've missed any other... or there's any other places to find, so... yes, I think that'll do it for this part 1 of a 2-part finale. And yeah, we'll pick up next time. Probably heading straight to Goetch. We'll talk, and then we'll decide if we're going to just murder the shit out of them or not. I assume it's probably going to go that way. That's probably, you know, our murderous streak will start. I mean, we started, you know, our morals are already getting a bit screwy here with grave robbing and all this stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, to be fair though, Goetch seemed like, you know, there's no way he's not going to try and screw us. And it, you know, it's like, I don't see any path where actually siding with him is a good idea. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think he's probably, yeah, not the best choice to go with there, so... But we'll have a proper chat with him, see if we can... Because I know we went back there, but I want to just refresh again on that, and yeah, then we'll probably be starting quite the brawl, I think, so... We'll see on that. And then it'll be up to here, and that'll be up to the finale. Which, one thing I'm curious about still is this, because it's like when we talk to, I'm forgetting the name, the Sage, or the Learned, or, yeah, we ended up with actually getting the quest, but I don't know if that set us on the path to where destroying the Geneforge is the only option, or if it's actually going to give us the option either way there, like, because it was very strange to me that we got the quest like that. So I hope it hasn't locked us in, because it's something I hadn't touched on for this episode, but I'm actually leaning more towards using the Geneforge, which, I don't know, well, the timing probably won't work out well, but let me know what you think on that. Do you think we should use it or not? Originally I was not going to, but I've been leaning more and more towards that using it is probably the better option for us, even though I don't think there's necessarily a good end. Like, to a degree, I mean, there probably is technically in the game, but I mean, in the sense of what we've been following along with, it's like, destroying the Geneforge is like the obvious solution, like the obvious one that's very simple and straightforward, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good solution, because it's clearly like a incredible, like, technological marvel. I mean, however you want to phrase it. A lot of danger to it, and, you know, there's definitely some good arguments as why destroying it's the better option. But we've also seen that it doesn't seem like, if we're talking about us personally, destroying it, like, what's that going to do? I don't see us, like, destroying it and then just being able to go home to shape a land and happy ever after. Like, I don't see it working that way. It feels like at this point we're better off to go off on our own. Just be like, alright, we've accrued all this power, we are powerful as shit. Let's go and find a more friendly country and just enjoy ourselves, you know? Because, I mean, we could go to the Shoalite country, you know? I mean, you take away Trajkov and they seem like decent people, genuine explorers and stuff. Like, the ones that we've dealt with that aren't crazy seem to genuinely be, like, respectful of other cultures and wanting to learn and all that stuff, so, I don't know. But also, like, along that same line, our appearance has changed. That's been made clear to us. And I don't see how going back to the Shapers is going to be good for that. I don't, it's like... Because I think it's a simple thing, like, original thing, like, you know, we can just lie. Like, they don't have to know we're ever at Susha Island, but... It's not that simple anymore because of, yeah, our physical changes. They're not going to believe it. There could be people that know what those changes actually relate to. And... yeah, I just don't see us being able to just assimilate back in like nothing ever happens. Like, oh, yeah, we got lost. Hey, a few months later, we found our way home. Like, I just don't see that working out so well, which sort of leans me more to the idea of saying, all right, we've sort of, our body has changed. Things aren't great, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's use the Geneforge and become even more powerful, and maybe it'll go okay for us. Because I feel like that's, like, gives us more options. Like, if we're powerful as shit, we can do what we want, maybe. Even if that is just go live a nice peaceful life somewhere on another island that's a bit more friendly, or we can stop anyone like the Takers from, you know, trying to advance on the mainland. I guess maybe with someone there we care about, we would want to do that for, or yeah, I don't know. I feel like just despite sort of being thorough and things, I'm sure there's little things I've forgotten along the way, but I don't see any option that's clearly the good option, you know. Like, I think you can make more arguments that destroying the Geneforge is the greater good option, maybe. But I'm kind of thinking more of ourselves here, just because the greater good has more meaning when you have, like, something greater you care about, you know? Whereas for us, it's like, I have no good impressions of the Shapers, or their way of life, and the way they treat people, like, you know? I don't feel any sort of kinship to the Shapers. And I'm sure they're not all like that, I'm sure, but there definitely seems to be a general, like, air of them thinking better than themselves. But, or not even just thinking them better, but specifically looking down on the others and stuff, and they don't seem to value life quite the way I would and that. I don't know. It's so hard to judge it, because in some ways you could say we've only seen the stereotypes of Shapers, and the worst of it. It could be that actually that's like, you know, the top 5-10% are like that, whereas most Shapers are actually pretty normal and although they recognize their power, they don't necessarily look down on people, or, so it's sort of hard to judge that, but I think either way, there's the greater good factor, but, so because we don't want to do mass damage or anything, we're not looking to do that, but thinking to ourselves, like, what are we going to do for the future? Like, sure, we want to, help where we can and prevent anything insane happening, but we also want to have somewhere to go. We want to have a home. And I don't see us go, like, either way, use it or not. I don't think it ends up with the Shapers, so I don't know. It feels like, using it may kill us, or I don't really know what's going to happen, but, it could give us some options. It'll give us the power. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think on it. I don't know how the timing will work out, because I plan to play the next part tomorrow, so... But still, I'm curious, so, yeah. I was also thinking, and let me know what you think on this. I was thinking that, because for one, I don't know how many endings this game has, or what it would take to do the different ones, but I was thinking that after we finish, we could do, like, a bonus episode, and it would just be sort of, like, going back in some of the older saves, and trying to get the other endings, like... I mean, I figure if we can still do both, like, if this hasn't locked us in, we will presumably have a simple choice, so maybe we can view the other one. And that would just be like, we're just gonna hop into a different timeline, for a while in a separate episode and check them out or something. Because I would be curious about that, but I also don't know how realistic it is to do that. I just want to finish it first under how I'm actually playing it and through my thinking and all that kind of stuff, but it would be cool to check out like that. Sort of like how we did the boat ending, sort of as a little separate mini thing. So I don't know, let me know what you think on that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I just want to say thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate it. As I said at the start, yeah, it's been quite a while since part 63, 62? 62, yeah, 62 was the last one. Yeah, it's been quite a while, and I really do apologize for that. I know I've said that before when there's been delays, but I do mean it. This has just been a bit of a... It's been a weird month for me. I've been dealing with some pretty serious sleep issues, which I thought were like clearing up, and they did. It was sort of like they were getting worse and worse, and then it was sort of like there was a week where it had sort of cleared up, but now it's sort of started again. I'm still in the middle of it right now, but I was like, I really wanted to play this, so I had like a few hour nap and a big coffee, and I felt clear enough that I could jump into it, but it was sort of it just got into a weird thing, because that was sort of what I said about how I felt like I'd put myself in an awkward position because I'd decided on the idea of doing like one big finale. But the problem was, it was like, when I was feeling a bit better, it was like, I wasn't necessarily feeling enough so that I wanted to jump into Geneforge for like, 3-4 hours, when there's so much going on in Geneforge. Like, I really wanted to have a clear mind and enjoy it and be able to think and, remember things the best that my memory is capable of doing, and I hadn't felt that. It was fortunately at the start, like, I'd recorded a bunch of Dungeon Keeper in advance, and I ended up playing just a couple of, like, dumb, trashy things, like some SpongeBob games, which were fun, but it was like, it didn't require the brain power and to be able to think and all the stuff, and so, yeah, there was sort of a mix of the sleep issues that led into some, like, and when I was feeling better, it was sort of, I actually call it was procrastination, really, on Geneforge, other than that, because it was like I wanted to do it, but then I didn't do it, and then I'd like, I'd sort of get daunted by having to do so many hours at once, even though I really wanted to play it, so it's very contradictory, which is sort of the nature of procrastination, but, which wouldn't have been an issue on a small scale. It was just sort of, because I just have issues with procrastination sometimes, like, to my ultimate detriment. Like, I know everyone has, like, that at times, but, like, for me, it's pretty bad. Like, sometimes I just... Yeah, I have procrastination issues to my detriment. That's the way to put it. Which is something I'm really trying to not have happen with YouTube, because I really enjoy these things, and I mean, that's sort of the contradictory thing of that type of procrastination, where it can be something you care about, something you enjoy, not even any major effort or anything, but yet you just don't do it. Like, it's a dumb thing, but yeah, landing in that with sleep issues was not good, and yeah, it's led to this taking so long. I didn't want to ramble on about that at the start, just 'cause I wanted to get into things, just so... But yes, I'm sorry about that, because, like, yeah, it's not great being... Like, I wouldn't want to wait this long for another episode and stuff, so I see it from both sides. It's like, I both really would hate that, waiting so long, like, it to the point it gets ridiculous. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, like, I would hate waiting that long, and also, like, it's just, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I said, I'm still a bit, yeah... Like I don't know. When I said about sleep issues too, just to clarify what the problem is, if you're curious, it's basically that I can't seem to stay asleep for long enough, and it's causing issues the longer it's happening. So I generally like have found I need 7 hours. Like that's really my sweet spot. Any more is excess. Like 7.5 is still good, but I like 8 hours. I don't need at all. Like I just at all. 7:30. I said that's like it's still good, but seven. If I get like a solid seven, I'm gold. That's perfect. But if I'm hitting like 6 hours, that it hasn't been enough. Like, and I can feel it. But on a small scale, like you have a couple of nights with 6 hours sleep, that's no big deal at all. But if you have that happen every day, it gets worse and worse because it's just like Whereas that's a good example. I mean, that's on the better end example though because it hasn't been 6 hours. I've been having days where like I go to bed and it's like I have a normal day, like eat well, exercise, all that stuff. Make sure room's nice and dark. Just go to sleep quietly, and I wake up like 4.5 hours later, and I'm wide awake, and there's no going back to sleep. But I clearly haven't had enough sleep, and that's sort of just been a cycle. Like, and it's not like it's been like the worst is when it's been like literally 3 hours, and I wake up. Other times it's 6. Other it's been 5.5 hours. But the problem is like when doing that, even if the time like sometimes I do go back to sleep, it doesn't still end up being a proper night's sleep. So it sort of just keeps rolling along, and then after a week with not a single night of 7 hours straight, it's like it just hits me so hard. I mean, some people seem to cope way better with less sleep. Like, even if they feel like crap, it's like, I don't know. It's hard to view from the outside of how people feel, but it just seems like a lack of sleep really impacts my brain more than other people. And again, that's only an outside observation, so that could just be bullshit. But I just really, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm very self-aware at times, so I can really feel when my brain processing is slower, and especially like after a week of that, I can really tell the difference in being able to like visualize in my head, be it just mapping things out or retaining something for like a word-based problem or just things like that. It doesn't, yeah, it really hits me hard if I'm constantly getting under 6 hours, and yeah, it's sort of just been a mess like that for a while. And last night was just a joke, man. It was so dumb. I I went to bed and it was good. Like I felt like it was going to be a good night's sleep. I woke up and it was 7:30 in the morning, and I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, all right. And at this point, I was thinking that I had fallen asleep between like 12 and 12:30. And so I was like, oh, I feel all right. I guess I actually got a good night's sleep. And so I got up, and then I felt a bit off. But I'd happened to have eaten way closer to bed than I should have, and I drank a sugary drink, which I very rarely do, but I hadn't eaten much in the day, and I wasn't thinking, yeah. But anyway, so I thought, all right, that's, I'm just throwing my stomach off a little, but I'll be fine. Then like an hour later, I just felt a bit off. I didn't feel quite right. I didn't think I'd had like a full night's sleep. But I was like, I must have had at least, well, I thought I'd had close to 7. Like I may not quite got there, but it was still like more sleep than I'd had in a day in a while, like in the last week or so. But yeah, so long story short, it turned out no, I was a bit off on my time, and in reality, I'd actually fallen asleep between 2 and 2:30, which kind of shows how bad, like, my brain is when it's like just crapping out from lack of sleep. It just gets so bad. So yes, in reality, when I thought I'd had like a rough full night of sleep was actually closer to 5.5 hours. So yeah, that's why I had a nap earlier, and because I was planning to record Geneforge this morning, like I was gonna, like 9, 10 o'clock. Whereas right now it's like, it's currently almost 3 a.m. So yes, I slept for a few hours earlier, and yeah, I felt alright. So I mean, I'm feeling alright at the moment, to be honest. Like the nap did me well and stuff. I'm still not like great, but I feel alright now though. I feel pretty good. But yes, I'm hopefully gonna get an actual full night tonight. It's just an awkward thing, it's such a strange sleep issue, because it's not the kind of thing you can just take sleeping pills for or anything, even if that's what you want to do, sort of thing, because that's more about getting yourself to sleep. Where I've had no problem going to sleep. That's the thing. Like, I feel perfectly normal going to bed, fall asleep, but then bang, just wake up. And I think originally I thought it was like I was waking up during a REM cycle, But I think it's just a matter of that I'm just not completing my enough REM cycles. Like, I must be just going through a few of them, and then one ends, I'm suddenly waking up or something like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange issue. It's something that happened once before, at least that I can recall properly, like in that way, because it's not something I paid too much attention to. I tend to adapt to things and then forget about it like that. But yeah, this was sort of like started happening a bit after the last episode of Geneforge. I don't know how long it wasn't. It was in like the week after that sort of started, and it kind of persisted. And then it got a little better, and then it sort of crapped out again over the last week and a bit, something like that. So yeah, that's the. Yeah, well, that's yeah. That was a bit of an over explanation probably, but just clarifying here at the end if you're curious. Yeah, but hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep and feel a bit better tomorrow. It's just, you know, not that simple, I guess, but I'll make sure I'll nap, I'll do something. So I want to play more Geneforge tomorrow. I want to finish it up, and I want to start on something else, you know. I'm both excited to finish it and to start something new, you know. Because I feel like I mean, I've been playing other things, obviously, but like, you know, I started this so long ago now, it's like, it feels like forever since I've been able to delve into a new CRPG in the way I want to on here, so... Yeah, and with that too, let me know. I've got some things in mind from previous suggestions and things I want to play in that, but just to reiterate here, let me know if you have any suggestions for another CRPG. I'm going to be really working on having a better balance with the games I'm playing on here. Yeah, and I know I've said that before. It's just, I'm hoping that sort of, even though a lot of it's been the sleep issues, I'm hoping sort of some of that's in the procrastinations, you know. Well, I mean, some of it's been sleep issues, but then there's also the procrastinating shit, so... I'm hoping that some of this can be sort of my final growing pains of getting used to YouTube, and things will be a lot smoother going forward and that, you know. But, yeah, I think that ramble about does it for there. Just again, if you made it through that as well, I thank you very, very much for watching, but yeah, just, I don't know, it's good to be playing again, even though there's not much left, so... I don't know, I've been thinking about other games I want to play too. I'm definitely considering another Spiderweb software game, but I kind of want to go for a shorter one first. Because I think I definitely do want to play... Yeah, that's a good sentence. I reckon I want to play another Spiderweb software game on the channel, but I think I do want to at least do one shorter one first. But yeah, I don't know. But I think one that's like 20 to 30 hours, or... between 10 and 30, you know, I think that would be better. Like, honestly, a 10 to 20 hour one would be really solid. So if you do have any suggestions on 10 to 20 hour ones, I would be very, very open to that. Because my current playtime for Geneforge, I'm pretty sure is like 100 hours. So that's kind of crazy. I'd definitely like to do something shorter in the CRPG realm before delving into something larger again. But, yeah, I think that's going to about do it. Yeah, I'd just be rambling even more if I say anything else, so I think that's good. Just hope you're all doing well. Hope you've been good since the last episode. And yeah, just again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the part 2/final finale something. Yeah, very good. Hopefully that'll be up within like 48 hours of this one, but yeah, I don't know. It should be. I just, I don't like to say it too definitively because of processing times. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to be like 3 hours, so the processing time on this is going to be something insane, so yeah. But I'll definitely be playing the next one tomorrow. That I will say definitively. I'm going to do that, so that'll be good. But yeah, just hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.